Yeah. Yeah. Salute. Can y'all hear me? It's not a good day, bro. I literally just came back from the gym. Trying to get, you know what I'm saying, man? Steroid biceps, you know what I'm saying, man? I ain't feeling this trade. Knicks fans. I know fans going to be spilling this one. Salute. We got beat again. I'm personally a fan of this trade. It doesn't make us that much better, but I think it's a step in the right direction. OG averages 15 points a game. We sent them a ready-made pack. Yo, salute to everybody in the chat, man. We are here, man. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. It's a tough, dark day before us right now, man. But it is what it is. Something that I think that we've all expected to occur, given the inconsistent play, despite what we saw in the playoffs last year by your son RJ Barrett. But the Knicks, Woj Shanowski literally just reported this maybe 30 minutes ago, that the Knicks have officialized a trade for OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn, for RJ Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, and only a second-round pick. So let's just talk about, first and foremost, the merits of the deal, the merits of the players going through in this deal. RJ Barrett, 5-year player with the Knicks, drafted here 2018-19. Young player who has been up and down, been inconsistent. Number 3 pick, a guy that everybody is expected to take this major leap as our so-called, foundational wing. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. Everybody knows first-year struggles here with a unsteady front office, unsteady coaching staff. Second year, everybody thought they were seeing the seeing the maturation of a kid who developed into a 40% shooter from outside. I believe he was averaging 19 that year as well too. But then third year he struggled, fourth year he struggled until the playoffs last year, where maybe there was a glimmer now. He was expected to go, or he was rumored to have been in the packages for Donovan Mitchell in the summer that we were talking with Utah Jazz. And it seems to have been the make weight, or not make weight, but the person to shift the balance of that trade was Grimes. Didn't go through. RJ Barrett came back, not in the greatest of shapes. But then this summer we've seen RJ Barrett with Team Canada. We've seen a totally new, different player. And RJ Barrett this year, all the way up until a few weeks ago, so-called migraine issues. It may have been that he had an injury. Maybe it was they told him, hey, we're going to trade you. We want to keep you as healthy as possible. If you're feeling anything too much, if you're feeling too much pain, man, we're just going to sit you. Maybe he knew about this. We have no idea. But it is what it is, man. They traded the son, RJ Barrett, number 3 pick. The guy that everybody, not everybody, but just kind of, I would say very divisive. Not even everybody. I would say he's been a divisive figure. People want him traded. People wanted him G League. People wanted him sent to the bench. There are many different opinions on RJ Barrett. And also, too, we traded a young, up-and-coming, solid young player in IQ, a guy who was shown his wares as a complimentary player. You saw a strong defense develop throughout the years. You saw a kid who was drafted near the end of the first round, but if in any redraft that you definitely have him in your top 10, top 5 even, in that year's draft. An IQ, a guy who's been one of the better three-point shooters for our team, even though he's not doing as well. Oh, no, he's actually doing well. 38% this year from 3. But a guy who was also inconsistent for his first few seasons, a guy who's who showed himself out to be a microwave player, but had to expand past that. And you saw glimpses of it starting second half last year. At times able to run a competent offense, at times not. Take some bad shots, but then you saw him kind of steady his hand in terms of his decision-making. A guy who's excellent in the pick and roll. Take nothing away from that from IQ. We could talk about if he's a lead guard, which I still don't think at this point he is, but as a complimentary player, there's nothing not to love about IQ. But this is tough, man. And it seems the front office, they're making moves. They are not allowing... Now, one, there was a lot of pressure on the front office to make a move. Right, and by the way, I think my brother Darcy might be in the StreamYard. The front office is a lot of pressure. Look, you got to the second round. You expedited things. You did not go the route of building. If you saw a few days ago news about the Knicks so-called being interested in guys like Jalen Williams. Tom Thibodeau was a fan of him, but because they had to shed some cap, they had to trade that pick off to shed some cap for Brunson, shed some space for Brunson. Now, they said that the trade could have been done that the draft could have been done. You still could have drafted Jalen Williams, but to get Jalen Brunson with Jalen Williams on a contract would have been exponentially harder. These guys have Brock Island. They're supposed to be the geniuses in terms of being able to fix a cap or run the cap the way they wanted to be, or optimize a cap for those type of moves. Obviously, they didn't. But this front office is under a lot of pressure to make things work under the Jalen Brunson years, who will be a free agent 2025-26. I believe he has a player option. There's a lot of pressure to make things work before he becomes a max contract, and the cap becomes, and your build around the team becomes a lot tighter. Pause. Right. And this is the move. Now, this is a guy in OG Anunoby that for a year or so, it's been rumored that, and let me say a few things before we even get to this. One, this trade, this move between the Knicks and the Raptors definitely shows that there may have been some things behind the scenes regarding the lawsuit that James Dolan has against the Raptors for essentially spying on them, because you don't do business with a person that you have a so-called civil lawsuit with, a major a possible civil lawsuit or civil issue with, in the case of James Dolan and Masai Ujiri. So if this is like, hey, we'll trade OG Anunoby, because before, remember, OG Anunoby was rumored to go for, they were talking about asking price was OG Anunoby and you got to give us 3 firsts and whatever players that you want to give up. We gave up RJ Barrett, IQ, and only 1 second-round pick for OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn. Which there may have been some back dealings between the two where it's like, hey, we'll drop the suit. We'll drop all this jazz if you give us OG Anunoby for the so-called cheap. Because it seems like, look, they were done with RJ Barrett. They gave him a contract after the Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell fiasco to say, hey, we're just going to, sue things over, play for us, keep a good face on. But I think they probably had in their brains to trade him if he wasn't going to have a superlative regular and playoff go of it. And he only had a good playoff go of it, not the regular season. And he's still struggling. So he has not convinced the front office. I talked about this last year. I don't think he's convinced. He obviously didn't convince the front office enough that they should keep him. So just to say that's a very interesting thing that these guys made this deal despite the fact they have a pending civil issue going on. And a major civil issue, one that could bring a black light to the NBA if they brought it out of court, they brought it in the courts. So that's one thing. And I wonder if there may be an investigation to the NBA might be like, look, you guys, this is the soft way of you guys resolving that issue, or the proxy way, or not proxy, but the way you're gonna resolve that issue, we'll let it slide, is all settled out. So expect to not hear much of that issue going forward because they made this trade. That's one. Two, the front office is under a lot of pressure to make a trade to, like I said, salvage the not salvage, but to make good of the Brunson years. Right? And OG Anunoby, he fits a lot of what the Knicks have been wanting to build around Brunson with. A guy that can play off the ball, a big wing, something that's going against what we've seen Tom Thibodeau try to build around in terms of smaller guards and wings for the past few seasons. OG Anunoby, a guy who could guard you anywhere from your 1s to your 4s. I believe he's 6'8". I want to say he's 6'8", but I would say he's probably a little bit more of a better defender at this point than RJ Barrett. Now, the only thing I would say is, again, his health is definitely an issue. But a guy in OG Anunoby is a guy who can, I won't say be a shutdown wing. Let me see. Someone's texting me. Oh, man. Yo, son. Everybody's texting me over this. Lord Jesus. Everybody's texting me over this, man. Chill. I'm trying to get to the pain, man. This is terrible. This hurts, man. But OG Anunoby does a lot what they've been looking for in terms of a wing. Answered the wing for a few years. And why can't I find my damn stats that I just literally had up? Oh, here it is. And when you look at some of the defensive numbers, I mean, again, a solid wing. Better than, I think, RJ Barrett in many situations. Better in ISO than RJ Barrett. He's in the 64th percentile in isolation defense. giving only 0.727 points per possession. He's below in spot ups, which is an issue for me because we suffer in this defense where you have to commit to protecting the inside, to protect the middle. You have to have some good tag defense. Is OG Anunoby going to be any better than RJ Barrett? I don't know about that. So again, I still think as a one-on-one defender, he could stop players from getting to the basket a little bit better than RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's lateral defense is just not. To me, it's lacking, especially as the season progresses. As you guys guys saw against OKC, he struggled. Off screens, he struggles as well too. OG Anunoby, that is. Handoffs, he's okay. But as a pick and roll ball handler, a guy can get off of screens. Again, the length and whatnot is definitely something that is an asset defensively. Offensively, he's just, when you look at his offensive numbers, he's just much more of a complementary player to Brunson, and Randall can shoot a lot better off the catch and shoots. When you look at his spot up shooting, why is this not working? When you look at his spot up shooting, he's actually decent. He's averaging around 41.3% on spot up shots, effective field goal percentage of 55.6%. Ranks in the 66th percentile with spot up shooting. RJ Barrett has just been way too inconsistent this season after the so-called migraine issues. He's also solid in transition, something that we struggle with. OG Anunoby, that is. As a pick and roll ball handler, he's not that. RJ Barrett's probably, as odd as it sounds, probably a better pick and roll for ball handler than your man OG Anunoby. Offensive rebounds, OG Anunoby is average. So again, what's the true payoff? People talking about this is that we may have gotten fleeced with this trade. And to me, OG Anunoby, I like him. Now, for the price that he was going for, I wasn't for it. But for IQ as well, too. Now, look, I think the next move that the Knicks are going to make is definitely going to be for Dejounte Murray. And that's going to be your core for the next several years. Dejounte Murray, who got an extension, I believe, this summer. Jalen Brunson till 2025-26. And then Julius Randle also to 2026. And then OG Anunoby, I got to look up his contract. And again, sorry guys, this is all happening right now. So this is I literally just ran home from the gym. So please bear with me as I'm searching up things. This is not me not being prepared. I literally just came home, so I apologize for this, but Lord jeez, man. So OG Anunoby making $18 million this year. RJ Barrett around 20 some odd million, 24 million. Doesn't even matter because he's not even here anymore, so I don't even need to go over that. But I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place. And you look at Malachi Flynn, pressure Achiuwa. Malachi Flynn, more of your off-guard kind of player to be able to space out the floor, hit threes. I'm not the biggest fan of Malachi Flynn. I didn't like him in college when he played in the MAC conference. Pressure Achiuwa is a decent get in terms of you need a backup center. You need a backup center badly. And Pressure Achiuwa as a player, I actually liked it a few years ago. They were developing his jumper. It seems as if they were trying to make him more of a space-out shooter. Really wasn't. He said, you ran home, put on your Knicks hat on. Nah, but Pressure Achiuwa should be a decent backup center. Again, I still think the Knicks are going to have to go out and get your true replacement for Mitchell Robinson next few years. I know he has a descending contract. This guy gets hurt all the time or gets hurt frequently. I would say you go out there and draft your man from Kentucky. Of course, now I'm freaking Bradshaw, Aaron Bradshaw from Kentucky. That's your Mitchell Robinson replacement, most likely, at least on a cheap level. But it's tough, man. Let me see y'all comments, man. This is crazy, man. Let me know y'all comments. Let me gather my thoughts as I read y'all comments, man. But this one is tough, bro. This wasn't tough. They're trying to expedite this, man. Dejounte Murray, OG Anunoby, Brunson, Randall. Is that a second round? Is that an ECF team right there? Let me know y'all comments. I'm gonna leave a vote right now, man. I'm all over the place, bro. I'm distraught. I'm a little depressed, man. RJ Barrett. I'm gonna be sick in the head, man. If RJ Barrett goes out to Toronto, around his family, around the ones he live. You know what I'm saying? And there's not as much pressure. He develops into that play. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put in the chat. OG Anunoby, Brunson, Randall, and DGM get you to the ECF. Yes or no? I'm gonna start the poll up. Let me know. Let me read y'all comments, man. Oh, I see y'all mad happy. I don't like all this happiness. I don't like y'all smiling. Said pain, man. Yo, capable ghost. You already know Duke the Don, my guy. Who wants OG Anunoby? The F, yo, man, son. This dude. You may never stay healthy either, son. That's the thing about it. But he's a solid player. He's a solid player. But he's never healthy. He's never healthy. I say he's never healthy. But he gets injured a lot. But that's the thing, though. You give up whatever you think you might have an upside with RJ. You give up for a floor and OG as a guy be able to space the floor. And let's be honest. The Knicks have struggled in terms of being a consistent outside shooter. I know the rankings that we had last year. I know we're one of the better three-point shooting teams last year in terms of efficiency. I get it. But you need complementary play in your starting lineup. You need complementary play all throughout, right? And honestly, IQ is not going to be re-signed here. It sucks. The money he's looking for, it's just the timelines just did not match up in terms of what the Knicks are looking for when we need. It just wasn't going to happen. He was never going to stay here long term or be here as a long term option. So I get it. It sucks. You go out into the draft, you try to pick up your next IQs, which I don't think is as easy as said and done, but it's doable, right? But you're trying to expedite the process, man, and put it to the front office again too, man. The front office, and I talked about this with Darcy. They have to go out and make amends with any of the teams. Because the CAA's Leon Rose, any of the teams that he has bad blood with, any of the agents who are now in those front offices that he has bad blood with, he has to go out there and make nice. Because you can't live on an island by yourself as an agent turned GM. It just doesn't work. You got to do business dealings and make good, break bread now. Sometimes you got to get a little bit more. Now, in this case, I think the Knicks actually gave up. I don't think the Knicks necessarily got fleeced. IQ is not going to be here. RJ Barrett is my son. But like I said, people, you can argue that you trade for the guy, right? And when you talk about trying to build long-term relationship with players, if this goes out that now we're doing business with the Raptors, and the Raptors, they draft a lot of what we need. They draft these big-ass wings. They draft a lot of mobile big men, talented big men. And if there's players that they can't re-sign for the future and they need to trade off, they may look to the Knicks as a trading partner. So again, this reverberates past what we're seeing now. That's why I'm saying I don't think we necessarily got fleeced, because if we're getting business deals like when you look around the league and you're seeing, wait, hold on. This player went for he only went for a second-round pick, one first-round pick, one second-round pick, and a swap. Wait, that makes no sense. Sometimes that's because of the business dealings that the GMs and the guys have behind the scenes. I'd rather do business with you because I know I can get this player for the cheap. I'm giving you this player right now, and I know maybe years down the line when you have a player that you want to get rid of, a disgruntled star or a guy you can't re-sign, I know I can get a business deal with you. I know I got first dibs, right, on the low. That's how it works in this NBA. How many players have you seen over the past 2 years? What's like, hold on. How the hell he get traded for this? When his asking price was 3 first-rounders and blah, blah, blah. How did he get traded for that? Oh, crap. This whole thing fell. My freaking stand just fell, bro. He's mad. He's just as mad as me. That's what I'm saying. OG Anunoby was supposed to go for 3 first-round picks, and he didn't. Remember, the Sixers were interested. A lot of teams were interested. And Masai Ujiri was drumming. He said, he ain't going for that. He's going for 3 first. And now we got him for only 1 second-rounder? Come on, my G. But, yo, talk to me about this trade, man. I am a little distraught. RJ Barrett, the son, he changed his jump shot this year. He changed the jumper, man. It was, the proprioception, all that goodness was starting to work out. Migraine, man. Your man was looking spry off the shot. Knicks, I can't even find my damn video anymore, man. Bro, we were there, RJ, and then the migraine happened.
This is how AG
honestly,
works.
I think it was always bound to happen, bro. with RJ Barrett, because he just didn't prove enough, man. And these guys, they're not sitting up there trying to draft players. They're trying to expedite the process. Let me say salute to a few people, man. I'm all over the place, man. I'm a little depressed. Yo, we got 500 some people in the chat, man. That's the most I've had in a while, man. I appreciate you guys. If you could please hit like, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying, man? People go, Gmo's not going to cover. Nah, bro. I told you, it's close to New Year. New Year, new me, son. That sounds mad corny. I got to do more and more for you guys, man, because you guys support me so much. Alex C in the building says, bye-bye, Barrett. Of course, Alex would say that. Hating ass Juan B in the building. Salute TL, my brother. OG Impressions makes us better defensively. It definitely does, even though OG has some issues in terms of spot ups. But it also could be Toronto. OG, Pascal, Fred VanVleet, that team, obviously Fred VanVleet ready to trade. They need to break up that team. It is. I really wanted Pascal Siakam, but it is what it is. He's back home in Canada. Gotta be legend, man. You guys are going crazy with the chat. Let me read it from the front end, man. I can't read all these chats. Andy 2 and 2. They're not signing IQ for $20 million. I agree. Who's gonna get the backup minutes at the 1 is going to be You're going to have Malachi Flynn. I think Dante is going to be doing a lot of rotational play in terms of he'll be one of the ball handlers in certain rotations once they kind of stagger lineups. He said, why trade IQ? That's the thing, though. So it's probably like, look, let's make this trade believable because if you just gave up RJ Barrett and a second-round pick and maybe one first-round pick, the league might look at it like, yo, something is fishy because your man was going for 3 first-round picks before. Now you only went for 1 first. So IQ kind of makes it look a little bit more believable. And also, you weren't going to resign him, even though I think you could have traded. So, I mean, the Knicks were losing leverage with IQ because, like, we're not going to really resign this dude. They try to give him an unguaranteed contract extension at the beginning of the season, which I think is kind of insulting. Versus say, look, we're not going to resign you. It is what it is. We're going to try to trade you. They try to say, hey, look, we'll sign you for this unguaranteed nonsense. He's like, hell no. Really? I'm going to sell myself out like that? Bro, I'm at no Westbrook stage in my life, bro. Like, nah, I ain't doing that. No disrespect to Westbrook. But so I think that's why they had to include IQ. But I felt like so then that means if they're not trading IQ here, that means that you have to have something in place for Dejounte Murray or whoever your next star is. I'm sorry, I got mad phlegm coming down my nostrils right now. That means you have to have something in place for Dejounte Murray where you have enough picks, you have enough pieces. Honestly, 48. Dejounte, I believe, is only making 17 now because he signed an extension for future. I think the contract kicks in 2024-25, so next season. So you trade him for now, so it can work. You give up, I guess, 2 firsts and 48, whatever, to make the contracts work. But let me see what you guys say in the front because I got mad comments. I salute to you guys. Say, who's dressing tonight? Ain't going to be RJ Barrett. How do we get better? Hello. So just on paper, what they want to do was expand at the wing position, have wings who more size of the wing position. You have that in OG Anunoby, a guy who could defend multiple positions, because be also switchable when need be. I know Tom Thibodeau doesn't like to switch; he likes to fight, get players off around screens, but you did see him switch a lot last season. You also have a guy who can hit the catch and shoots, bro. That I'm looking at on the paper, bro. And in theory, RJ Barrett's my side. I did not want RJ Barrett traded. In theory, you want to become a catch and shoot team because you're a dribble drive penetration offense, and you're an offense that operates a lot with the post ups with Randall, right? So you want guys who can hit those threes, right? And people put like this. Oh. Let me say something real quick. For years, people were killing Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks for not being a modern day offense. The team has been searching for the 3-point, the glory, the gates, the road to Hidalgo. Gates to becoming a modern-day offense for the last several years. After the first year. Remember, we brought on Kemba Fournier to try to expand our three-point shooting. Didn't work. Then we had guys like Alec Burks. We had guys like freaking, what is your man on the Dallas Mavericks with the crazy hair? Shooter. You had him here too, even though he was here before. But you had him here too. You drafted IQ, right? You're getting all these guys to kind of expand your outside shooting, bro. And Dante DiVincenzo. So, again, on paper, I'm not saying that you can't have your gripes about the trade, but the Knicks have been trying to expand into a modern day or modernize the offense slowly, but in their eyes, what they think will work. So, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the front office. I'm not. Trust me. But on paper, that's what they've been trying to do. So, when you say how they get better, in theory, that's what they wanted. A wing who may not be as so-called, I don't say dynamic, because RJ Barrett wasn't the most so-called dynamic player. Struggled a lot. But you could say as a boy handler in the read and react, you can argue that RJ Barrett has a higher ceiling versus OG Anunoby. Versus OG Anunoby is more of a complimentary player. And then Pressure Achiuwa comes in and provides you need the backup center. Badly. Because Sims wasn't doing it. Todd's on his last legs, bro. That's a Fort Greene spliff right there. That's a roach right there. Suits my brother Taj Gibson. Is no disrespect. But you know you're on your last legs, my guy. So, it's tough, man. Let me see you. Suits are Rich in the building. Rich, I've never seen you on this channel, man. Hit the likes and subscribe to the channel. I want to see you more, Rich. Come on, son. King AM, salute my guy. But Suits are Rich in the building. Someone asked me, Clavon's the race. And if you gave me a super chat, whatever, I appreciate it. I didn't see it. If y'all did or whatever, I apologize. For all the comments, man, we got 500-some people in the chat, man. 501, man. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys, man. OG Anunoby helps stop dribble drive penetration. He's a great boy. Yep, I agree. OG Anunoby is a good isolation defender. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it against the Knicks. I've seen it against some. I don't know why I've watched the Raptors. Not so more this season, but the last 2 seasons, I watched a lot of the Raptors for whatever reason. And you talking about a guy, just lateral quickness, talk about, I ain't call him a shutdown defender, but a guy that I could sick on a player late in games and I could disrupt his dribble drive penetration. He does provide you a lot of that versus RJ Barrett, who is my son, but it just hasn't. Just hasn't. You can sit up here and talk about individual games. I can go back to see even his best season, his sophomore season, when he was struggling against guys like Anthony Edwards, struggling against, even though he's done better this year, but he struggled against speed. So he struggled against guys like Jaylen Brown, but then you see him this year when he played Jason Tatum like the first game. Your man was shutting down your man Jason Tatum when Grimes was getting cooked. Now, the thing with OG Anunoby, man, it's the games. 67 games last season, 48 the season before, 43 the season before, even though I think that was a shortened season. 69 games. Before that, 67, 74. And not say you play all 82 games, but you're talking about a guy in Tom Thibodeau who's going to just use players up. He's going to use these players up. Use them. He's going to play you heavy minutes. Do we get attrition early on with OG Anunoby? Is he a guy that you have to start sitting down? And OG Anunoby, I think he'll be like, hey, I got to sit. he ain't going to sit up there and be like, I'm going to play through the pain. If he's hurt, he's going to sit. So, this is tough, man. But I think the next move is Dejounte Murray. And let me see what I said in the chat, man. I got 227 votes, man. I love y'all guys in the chat, man. Yeah, I asked this. OG Anunoby, Brunson Randall, and DGM. Dejounte Murray gets you to the ECF. 42% of you said no, or said yes. 59 now percent of you said, 40 is going back and forth. All right, 42% of y'all said yes. 58% of y'all said no. So they said the next move is Dejounte Murray. That is the next move. Dejounte Murray, you give up Evan Fournier, you salary dump that because his contract doesn't kick in until next year. But you got to do it this year because if you wait till next year, then it kicks in next year's contract. Then now you have to make a little bit more, put a little bit more into it. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, Dejounte Murray. I wish I could show y'all this. 23-24. He's only making $17 million this year. Next year it balloons by $7 million to $24 million, and 26 and 28. Then 30, so it's a ballooning contract. So you better make sure that Dejounte Murray can work well. Because look, I'll say this too, late in games, and this is what I think they're thinking about. Dejounte Murray is a lead point guard. He doesn't play. I don't think he plays well off another guard. That's why he's playing so. He's not playing as effective with Trae Young as some people do. Even though I always thought that was an odd fit, right? Now you might have the same issues with Brunson. Right, Dejounte Murray just plays way better on the ball. He's just not an off-ball type player. Just his catch and shoots are not good. I know he's shooting 37% from three, but he literally plays better shooting from the wing with the ball in his hands. He's just not that type of player. Like his corner 3-point shots is just he's not a good off-ball player. But to help save and preserve Brunson, you do need another playmaker. Now they were hoping that was going to be the guy in IQ. And IQ, as good of a complimentary player he does not provide you that playmaking when Brunson's sitting or when you stagger the lineups and whatnot, right? And Dejounte Murray provides you that. He's that type of player. He can lead an offense, by himself as a lead guard. And that's vital. When we talk about preserving Randall and Brunson, definitely they're going to come back in the end of games, but we're talking about rushing those guys back in or overusing those guys because we gave up leads. Look at the game 6 last year. Bro. When your man Brunson sat, we were up by I want to say 12. Someone correct me. 12, 10, 12, 14, whatever it was. Right? As soon as your man Brunson sat game 6 versus Heat last year, we lost that lead. Lost the game. So when we talk about playmakers, Dejounte Murray fits that perfectly. Now, again, is it complimentary play between him? I'll say this. It may work better in New York because Trae Young cannot play off the ball. I don't care what no one says. Trae Young can't play with the ball. Brunson can. Brunson's a better player off the ball than Trae Young. So can it work with Dejounte Murray, be able to operate off the ball? And also, too, you don't want to overexpend or overuse up Brunson. So can Dejounte Murray work? Yes. Is it going to be a fit they're going to have to try to find its way in working? Yes, because Dejounte Murray does a lot of things I like. I love Dejounte Murray's game. It's just him coming to the Knicks, bro, he has to find a way to become a better catch-and-shoot player. As a mid-range shooter, he's beautiful. I love watching his mid-range game. I love watching him operating the pick and roll. He can make the passes. He can attack off the pick and roll. He can finish at the basket, even though his finish, I think, is like 56, 57% this season. Right? Late games, when I'm second quarter, mid third quarter, when you stagger the lineups, is he perfect for doing that for expelling those two guys? Yes, but damn, it's tough, man. This is tough, bro. This is tough. But you know what? The Knicks are making moves, and they're kind of mending the fence or mending some issues that they had with two prominent figures in the league, Masai Ujiri and Rich Paul. So they're killing two birds with one stone, if that makes sense. 3 birds with one stone. I don't know how many birds they're killing. But let me see what y'all guys say in the chat, man. Lucas Eureka says OG is trash on God. Yo, Lucas Eureka's killing it. Chill out, son. Still need more firepower. I agree. Lucas has never watched OG play. Rich is in the building talking that trash, talking that talk. Clean up Dolan's big mouth. White Mike and a Bear Kerry Cox trade who and what for Donovan. I'm not trading for Donovan Mitchell now. Why do y'all want to trade for Donovan Mitchell when he wants to come anyway? You don't need OG Anunoby to dribble. Trust me. You're not looking for him to dribble, bro. He said, Gmo, did you have a chance to say goodbye to your son? Let me just pull one out for RJ Barrett, son, man. This is, I'm going through some things right now, man. Hit the likes. I only got hold on. I got 494 people watching. I only got 70 likes, man. Come on, son. Come on. I said new year, new me. I'm trying to do more content. I'm trying to do even more emergency content for you guys, bro. Hit the likes and subscribe to the channel, bro. That's unfair, bro. I don't ask for no money, no super chats, none of that. All I ask is for likes and subscribe. I'm going to ask y'all to share. If y'all want to share it on Twitter, whatever, I appreciate that. I ask y'all to hit the likes and subscribe to the channel. Hold on. Let me see my brother. Let me I don't get in trouble. My brother Darcy's in the building. I pause Darcy. I've just been spitting. Pause. Nah, he's not in there yet. All right, Darcy. Whenever you want to come in the building, because we were just talking, bro. He's distraught. I'm distraught, bro. Son. RJ Barrett. Are we messing up by trading RJ Barrett? Did we trade him too quickly? 23-year-old who's still developing. Do you think we gave him too much rope? Think was enough is enough? RJ Barrett hit a wall. He hit a ceiling that was never going to be actualized, realized, or whatever you want to call it, man. Didn't give him any pieces for OG Anunoby. Like I said, I think it was a sweetheart deal between the two. Let me go. We got Mark in the building. He might go crazy. Mark, please control yourself, my guy. I know RJ was your partial. So, hold on, where's my StreamYard? Hold on, Mark. I don't know what's happening. Oh, here it is. All right. Let me get to my brother Mark. Mark in the building. Yo, salute, my guy.
I need the chat to see me.
They see you. Go ahead.
I need the chat to see me.
You look like a old school West Coast Crip. Go ahead, man.
I just finished washing my hair.
No,
I know you're joking. So let me make my little introduction. As I woke up this morning, I'm reading my esoteric books. And I scroll down Twitter and I see an infinite trade happen. Why did we trade for a player that averages 4 less points, slightly the same amount of rebounds, same assists, he only attempts 2 threes a game. He's no threat really from there. For a 22-year-old that averages 19 points on a team full of ball hoggers, and expect him to be this next worldly player.
OG Anunoby. All right, so just to correct you, OG Anunoby averages 6 3-point attempts a game. He's actually a solid 3-point shooter. He's a good catch and shoot player. In terms of the rebound and defense, obviously you want a little bit more from OG Anunoby. Because only 4 rebounds, that's pretty pathetic.
It's not as if you're getting,
not as if RJ Barrett. No. He averages 6 threes a game, bro. He's averaged 4.4 for his career. He's averaged 6 this season, 5.5 last season, 6.6 last season. Season before that, 6.1 the season before that. He is a good 3-point shooter. I get some. I get it. I still think there's a little bit more upside RJ Barrett. I think as a playmaker, he's a lot better. But they're looking for complementary players. They don't want to waste the Brunson years, bro. They look for complementary players. Go ahead.
Listen, you already wasting Brunson years with Julius Randle even being here.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? Listen, bro. This season was a wash as soon as Mitchell Robinson went down. To me, he was the MVP player. And I'm going to tell you why.
Wait, who was the MVP player? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
To me, for this team, was Mitchell Robinson. From a defense and from an offense standpoint, just what he creates on that floor to help this team, to me, he was the MVP player. And it clearly shows with him out of the lineup because our defense is Swiss cheese. And even with, you see, the trade that they made to get Prince, because I like the center that they got. I like him. He can hold his own. And OG's good. But our issue with this team is our best players that I'm gonna keep saying they don't pass enough for me for us to think to go on the next level, especially from an offensive style. Because this NBA year, the offense is just it's off the charts.
So talk about the merits of this trade. Hold on. Talk to me about the merits of this trade, bro. So did we get fleeced with this? IQ, RJ Barrett for OG Anunoby, pressure Achiuwa, and only gave up a second-round pick. Did we get fleeced for this trade?
You know why I say we do? Because who's going to replace Quickley minutes? As much as I get mad at him sometimes, that boy can play, and he's somebody I can trust, especially to scoring buckets when no one else is scoring besides Brunson and Randle at times. But Quickley was reliable, even from a defensive standpoint. And let me ask you, why do we have to trade him? We had his rights.
Well, put it like this: we're not gonna resign him anyway, right? We weren't gonna match. So you're trying to get something for him, you don't want him to just some guy to them to give him an offer sheet, and then you just let him go for you had to trade him for some type of piece, right? Now I do think that he could have been used for somebody else. I would say because I would say this though. I think that because remember they had a civil case with the Raptors, so I think that this was like a sweetheart that was like, look, we were asking for I don't know how was it 3 firsts for OG Anunoby at one point, 2 or 3 firsts for OG Anunoby. So instead of us asking for these firsts, right? You give us Quickley. We don't ask for all these firsts. We know that you're not going to resign Quickley. You're trying to get rid of RJ Barrett. Right, and OG Anunoby, I think, only has one more year in his deal anyway, I believe.
Yes,
right?
And what he's going to ask for.
But here's the thing. You want to get out of the RJ Barrett contract. You want to make good on a Quickley contract, right?
Yeah.
You get off those 2 contracts. You get some for OG Anunoby that at least helps you this season to get more complimentary play around Jalen Brunson. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of the deal, but I see on paper what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I understand the mathematicals and all that other nonsense crap, but the issue is, bro, when your best players play the way that they play from an offensive standpoint, it hinders the team. And when you watch the Knicks at times, it's just like it's cool when we score, but everything is a squeeze for a bucket, and you cannot win like that.
But hold up, when we talk about everything's a squeeze for the bucket, this is my guy, RJ. Man, that's my son. Everybody knows he's my son. But let's be honest, the guy has been woefully inconsistent. He's been consistently inconsistent. That first RJ Barrett we saw at the beginning of the season, the feeble RJ Barrett, that's the RJ Barrett everybody was been crying for, bro. That RJ Barrett in the playoffs was the RJ Barrett everybody's been crying for, bro. And he wasn't even shooting well in the playoffs. He was just finishing really well. He wasn't shooting well from outside.
Let me tell you something.
RJ Barrett has been woefully inconsistent.
Listen,
they're looking at like, yo, bro, we can't waste time, bro. We're trying to move. We already didn't draft players. I don't know if you heard that your man Tom Thibodeau, he liked Jalen Williams. I don't know if you heard that. I know you pissed.
I said that on draft night. Why did they trade the pick?
But they were saying that it would have been exponentially harder for the Knicks to keep to get Jalen Brunson if they drafted. Even though you got Brock Aller here, you're supposed to know you're supposed to be able to do the undoable. right? So, or the unimaginable with all the cap space and a contract. You brought Brock out here for a reason. If you want to draft Jalen Williams because you know you need that wing anyway, then you do it. You pull the trigger, and then you figure out later on. But look, RJ Barrett has been woefully he's my guy, but he's been inconsistent, man, and it's tough to sit up there and say that.
Let me question.
Go.
What happens if OG gives the same production as RJ?
But y'all looking on the surface, bro. Okay, if OG Anunoby gives me the same points, but it's more efficient.
That's who you're.
Hold on. If OG Anunoby's giving me 45% catch and shoot ability from the outside, he makes my offense more dangerous. There's a difference between RJ Barrett scoring where it's many times inconsistent. Okay, RJ Barrett's giving me 20 points, but he's shooting 43% from the field versus OG Anunoby's only going to give me 14, but he's hitting 4 threes a game, bro. And he's giving me the defense. Let's be honest, RJ Barrett has not been providing us. Let me get to Darcy.
The way you talk on him catching open shot, catch and shoot like that, I hope he gets the ball and he receives it from his guy.
Okay, but hold on. Because this is a misnomer on Brunson. We watched in the OKC game when Brunson and Randall, and RJ's my guy, but he's been struggling with the shot. When Brunson and Randall make those passes to RJ, he don't knock down and hit him. Now, you give it to Dante for the most part this season, he'll knock down and hit him. IQ, more so than RJ, will knock down and hit him. RJ Barrett cost us that OKC game, bro. Those three painful missed catch and shoots.
Okay. It seems like you're in it for OG, so...
No, whoa. Mark, stop. I did not want to trade RJ Barrett. That is my son. I'm saying on paper, I get why they did it. And RJ Barrett has been woefully inconsistent from the places, the spots that we need him to be consistent. Now, you have a dribble drive penetration offense. You have a post-up offense, bro. And you have guys who are not... Grimes has not been hitting anything. RJ's been inconsistent. Bro, and then you want to look up here and say, well, Brunson and Randall are hogging the ball. You do the same thing, Mark. You would do the same thing.
Who?
I'm saying you would do the same thing, bro. If you were playing on a team with, if it was you and another player, when y'all told, the two-man game was like, man, we playing with 5 guys, but 3 of these guys suck. They can't do nothing. They ain't making no shots, bro. Let's just the two-man game between you and me, because we the only guys scoring. Come on, Mark. So I know Randall, I would say more so, but Brunson, I see him being a willing pass with Team USA when he had talent around him. So it's not as if he don't want to pass. It's the guys around him can't hit open shots. They can't. And when you're a playoff team, bro, I can't keep wasting performances where I'm giving you 38 points, bro. I'm giving you 45 points, bro. Brunson, that is. And we're losing. Because guys can't hit open shots.
Okay, I just hope the 2 players that we got, they could change whatever the Knicks is trying to do, because I just feel like it's almost like the same team going to be doing the same stuff. So it kind of really defeats the purpose, honestly, especially for this year, because you lost one of your best players, which is Mitchell Robinson. So, like I said, since Quickley's gone, this should open up more minutes for Quentin Grimes to get more touches and kind of play like how he played last year towards the end of the season, where he could have done a little more than just spot up and shoot, because to me, he's one of the most basketball sound type of players on this team. But because of the type of offense that we run and how we play, it doesn't help the others. So when the others get the ball, they either look to rush to shoot, right? Or they're putting odd spots because they didn't get the ball on time to make moves. So, you know what I'm going to say? Good job, Knicks. You did something decent. You got back 2 extra role players to just keep a surface level. And then when we get into the playoffs, we have to worry that Randall and Brunson, since they're that good, they can carry us at least to the second round. At least, because I still think last year we could have went to the finals, and we should have went to the finals. I think we blew a chance. Again, because I thought we was better than Miami.
Okay, hold on. And I know you starting to, I'm going to say coming around the trade, bro, but RJ Barrett and Brunson, only 2 guys hitting. IQ couldn't hit a shot. Grimes only had the shoulder injury when he came in, couldn't hit a shot. Yeah, you know how hard that is, bro, to perceive. When you don't even have.
But listen, you pay your guys big bucks. Randall was
trash too. Randall was trash too. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying everybody but RJ and Brunson in those players, especially that Heat series. Everybody was trash, bro. So I get it. It's like go.
Bro, it is so sad. Randall couldn't beat a dub. He just can't. How can you not beat a double team for several games? You're telling me you're not watching tape to defeat that? I've never seen a team that runs 2-3 zone throughout the playoffs like that in my times of watching basketball. And one player that scores and that plays like that could not beat that. He allowed that, and he dropped 7 points from his season average. Nowhere near 20 points. And when he's out there, he looks frightening. The moment, like you're talking about, I like Brunson. Brunson's a keeper. Brunson's not the issue here. To me, he's not the issue here. No. He's really not. He's not. My issue is you make this trade, so who else is coming? Who are you going to
So I'll say this. Suta Bricks Nation in the building says IQ best Knicks drafted since Patrick. Damn. So I'll say this. The next player. I don't want
Levine.
No,
I don't want him.
It's not Levine. You know
Chicago
who it is, Mark.
Is better without him.
It's going to be Dejounte Murray, bro.
For a guy that can't shoot? Are you wait. So we move. I'd rather you move RJ and Quickley and picks for a dynamic scorer. That would have made my heart well. But you moved him and Quickley for 2 role players to do what? The same thing, but I had Quickley and RJ that scores. I can rely on their scoring more than I'd rather the scoring. To me, I just rather those two than the 2 that we picked up.
Now hold up. Alfonso Scott says, Suta Alfonso Scott, he says he's with Clutch. That's the thing now. If you heard the recent reports, the reports that Leon Rose and Rich Paul have they so-called have a soft agreement that if they can settle some things, some issues that they had on the sit down and have a proper sit down, then he'll do it. Rich Paul, that is. So I think that, again, this front office, they're trying to mend some broken fences that they've had with some teams, some agents. And Rich Paul Clutch, that's a major client if they do so. They're able to get fence. And Masai Ujiri, again, with the whole civil case thing, I think that part of it, why we got, I don't want to say a discount, but it seems like somewhat of a discount. According to what they were charging at first with the 3 first-round picks asked for OG Anunoby, I think that this front office is trying to mend over those fences because they have to do business. They thought they could be on an island. Me and Darcy were talking about this yesterday. They thought they could be on an island and do business like, we CAA. And it's like, that CAA crap, no one cares. No one was caring about it.
Yo, bro, you know what this is like?
Let me get the Darcy in the bill.
This is like Israel against Palestine with those.
All right. Mark. I don't want to get in trouble with you two. Do not mention that, please.
But like,
Foyle says you guys scam.
So now we're going to get Dejounte Murray, and that's going to make us a bet. No! The issue is we need a dynamic player. Dynamic. That can beat all types of defenses. Brunson is good for a quarter or 2, or he could finish a game for you. But when it comes to playoff times, he is food because.
Well, but Mark, that feat. I'm gonna get to you, Darcy, real quick. Mark, and I just mentioned that. I don't know if you heard me. I agree with you. Dejounte Murray does not play well off the ball. He's not a good shooter off the ball. He needs the ball in his hands to be effective, right? But here's the thing with Dejounte Murray. You get a player, and what they're probably thinking if they do the trade, that you get that player that can take the pressure off of Brunson. Game 6 last season, we're up by 10, we're up by 12, whatever it was, bro. And as soon as Brunson sat, we lost the lead. Because we did not have a competent playmaker besides Brunson, and Randall still had the ankle injury. He was and plays like trash in the playoffs anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had the ankle injury. Let me give him a little.
I'm saying from their standpoint. Now I think it's desperation because he doesn't fit. I think that I don't say he hurts you, but he's less complimentary than he is a plus multiplier or.
I don't. But so let me ask you, what is this contract? What is this contract?
Dejounte Murray, you make 17 this year, and he's going to balloon to 24 next year. So you have to make the trade this year. Is it a player option or a team option? No. Remember, he got extended, bro.
He got extended?
Yeah, 120 million for 4 years. No, someone said, Gmo, what are you talking about? Wait, where am I wrong? Oh, where am I wrong at?
I don't know.
No, I'm talking about in the chat. Someone says I'm wrong. It said JB can play off the ball. I said Dejounte. I'm talking about Dejounte Murray.
Dejounte Murray cannot play off the ball. He cannot.
Gino, what are you talking about? Darcy's having a breakdown. I'm talking about this. He said Fort Greene spliff, yo.
So let me ask you a question.
I'm going to get you just right after this. Go ahead.
Trade. So say if they trade, say if Randall's on, because let's say Randall's on the move.
Nah, I don't think Randle's on the move yet.
I know he's not on the move. I'm just wishful thinking, but I don't know. Like, besides Murray, who is the player? Who is the player besides him?
I think if they do Donovan Mitchell, I think it'd be stupid because one, the Cavs want a lot for him, and you're gonna get him anyway in the free agency.
Bro, not even that. He has 3 years left on his deal, and I heard the Heat and the Nets are in play for him too.
He's coming off 25, 26, right?
Yes, and you know what Cleveland is?
Yeah, it's 2 years.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Not 3.
Yeah, he's coming off 25, 26.
I'm considering this year as 3 years. Just.
All right, let me get to Darcy. Let me get to Darcy, bro. Because Darcy's been
wait.
I got you next, Mark. Soon, my brother.
It's only the remainder of this season. Then next season, then he has that option. So it's only 2 years. So after next season, the summer of next season, he has that option to become a free agent. So,
well, I gotta live with this. I'm happy. I gotta join the fans. I'm happy.
Bro, honestly, like I was devastated when I thought it was one of those fake tweets. I'm like, OG.
I did too.
Parody tweet.
Bro, I thought it was one of them. I'm like, nah. Then I see it's from Shims and Woj. I'm like, okay, what we got here? I didn't see any names at that time. I'm just saying that the Knicks they agreed to a trade. Then I click and I see I text GMO, and as soon as he says RJ, not my boy. No, I can't believe this, bro. I wonder if RJ cried, bro. I wonder if he cried, bro. He wanted to be a Knick, bro. I know he didn't see this coming.
Since
I get
draft
that he
day.
wasn't playing well. I get it, bro. But that was hardcore. So this is tough for me, bro. I'm gonna have to start jacking the Raptors because that's I'm gonna have to start jacking him too because that's my boy, man. I want to see him do well. I wish him well throughout his career. Hopefully, one day he can wear Knicks jersey again. But I also understand the reality that this team hasn't won a championship since the 70s, bro. It's time to move the needle. You got teams like the Sixers playing well. You got Boston. You have Milwaukee, man. These teams are big. The Knicks needed to add length, and it was clear we were taking a risk with Josh Hart at power forward and having so many guards. Like this was risky business. So the Knicks balanced the playing field out. You get a point guard in Malachi Flynn. You get a decent point guard who knows how to control the offense and makes players better, which to me is what Immanuel Quickley was not giving to this team. Yes, he can score the ball. Yes, he can shoot, give you a couple threes to get your team going, but he was not bringing enough value and fulfilling all the requirements of his role as the backup point guard. You could arguably say Quickley had, albeit regardless of minutes, if it wasn't for minutes, Immanuel Quickley would dribble the ball. He would be the second most.
I'll give you that. He's a dribble head. He's a dribble head at times.
Yeah, bro. Not at times. Every damn play when he has the ball in his hands, he's dribbling around. He struggles with
creating space. He's very screen dependent. He needs screens to create space.
And again, right, you need a player who doesn't need that much because guess what? When the game slows down in the playoffs, players like that who can't break down the defense, they're going to struggle, which Immanuel Quickley has consistently done. This is a player averaging 7 to 9 points across his playoff career on 33, 27, and 80% shooting splits. That's horrible, bro. That's horrid. So at the end of the day, Knicks fans, I get you're salty about trading Immanuel Quickley, but this is not a guy you should be paying $100+ million.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have gave him that. But my thing is, Darcy, if OG was really this coveted as a player, there's other teams that would have looked to trade for him.
So look at this, right? So let me tell you what you're not factoring in, what I feel is the case here, right? So one thing you have to understand, OG Anunoby switched from Clutch Sports over to CAA. And
he's CAA?
Yes, he's CAA.
Oh, little dirty rats. For the Knicks.
I didn't know that. That explains a lot too. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Leon Rose's son is his agent. So I'm pretty sure Leon Rose's son already talked to him and said, hey, look, you're coming up on free agency. How do you feel about being the Knicks? The Knicks have wanted you for quite some time. Because I don't think he's even going to hit free agents. He may do it, but I think he's going to take this extension. Bobby Marks reported by Saturday that he has to sign by Saturday a $4 million a year extension, which would give him $29 million a year. Your average $29 million is what we would be paying RJ. So that's perfect.
No, we didn't pay him 29 at the end.
No, I'm saying again. Obviously, this is a newer contract, so you would be paying him what you would have been paying RJ if RJ would have been coming up on free agency at this time. So at the end of the day, to me, he's smart to take the $29 million because if he doesn't play as well, hey, you're still locked in on this money. Now you have time to get better with the Knicks.
Yeah,
yeah. So he shouldn't wait till he can bank on hitting free agency. And again, what you're banking on is one that you're gonna play well with more usage and more time because you're taking RJ Barrett's usage now, right? So this is a guy, if you look at his shot attempts over the past 10 games, he hasn't taken more than 15 shot attempts unless he's playing extremely well. If he hits a couple of good shots to start the game, then he'll get more attempts. But if not, he's on average taking around 10 attempts. RJ Barrett, on the other hand, 15 to 17 attempts a game. So you would expect with OG Anunoby being able to have that many of his shot attempts, he's going to get you at least 18 to 20 points per game. And then give you more from your three-point shooting and should provide you more on spacing. And plus, he has a slashing ability. He's a little bit slower, but RJ Barrett is pretty slow too.
Let me speak on that slashing ability. The Knicks had plenty of those players, and they don't even use that option unless Hart is the one passing the ball. So I don't want to hear any players coming to
Mark, RJ is a slasher, and he's replacing RJ. So next, what are we?
But RJ's not slashing.
RJ is best when RJ is best when he's getting to the rim. The point blank. Period.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even when you add that dynamic with OG, it's going to negate because his team don't play like that.
Yes,
they don't play like that.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The Knicks play a lot of ISO ball. So if your ability is to slash, that's what you're gonna do. But look, Mark, I'm not here to debate with you. I'm giving my thoughts, bro. Let me finish giving my thoughts.
I'm just saying where the slash is coming from.
Hold on.
You're not making sense. You're not making sense. Go watch OG Anunoby highlights, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, he slashes to the rim. He's gonna get to the rim. He's a big body. He's the same height as RJ Barrett, but he's just a bigger body, and he gives you more on defense, and he gives you more in terms of shot making. So that's what the Knicks are banking on right now. You took a risk here because again, you're banking on that OG Anunoby has not played his best basketball. You're banking that he's going to have the prime of his career with the New York Knicks. He's regressed from 17 points a game to about 15 points per game. He averaged 17 points per game in the 2021 season. Now he's averaging, giving you a solid 15. But again, that's with the addition of Scotty Barnes having more of a role on the team and being a focal point. So again, with more shot attempts, you'd expect that this guy's going to play better, but you don't know. So the Knicks could either take a risk on signing him to the extension and just paying him that max that he could get on an extension now, or he could say, you know what, no, I want to wait till free agency, which again works. It's risky because he could leave, or he could challenge himself and play exceptionally well to where the Knicks could justify paying him, and he's happy to be in New York.
He's no shot maker. I don't know where he get that from.
What are you
He's
talking about?
He doesn't make shots. Mark, he can hit from outside.
He's 37% from three. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when I speak of shot maker, I'm talking about someone that takes it off the dribble.
But you don't necessarily need that. Wait, that's the issue. Mark. Outside of your backup guard, Mark, besides your backup guard, you don't need that necessarily in the starting lineup, bro. It was only IQ was supposed to be the guy coming off the bench to be the creator, bro. You needed more complimentary play, bro. There were too many mouths to feed in that starting lineup to anyway with Brunson Randall. Again, RJ's my son, but RJ Barrett's best value wasn't going to come from him running a read and react with the starting lineup. It was going to come from him hitting shots from the outside. And you saw in the OKC game, bro, RJ Barrett showed, look, bro, hey, you had Dante doing well that game, you had IQ doing well that game, and RJ Barrett missed 2 clutch catch and shoots, bro. It was glaring where it was like, all right, so a dam is about to break, bro.
So you're going to judge a man's whole career on...
No, but RJ Barrett for his whole career, outside of his sophomore season, he has not been a good catch and shoot shooter.
You know what? I just hope OG I just hope he when he comes here, I hope he does the things that y'all say he's going to do better than RJ. And when that happens, I will give y'all all your little shekels and tokens.
Hold up, Mark. I didn't want RJ Barrett traded.
Yeah,
but you got to be honest about the trade, bro.
This is pathetic. I'm going to pay him an extra 4 years for what? Another mid player? I just gave up 2 valuable pieces where I could have saved that up to get a star of some case.
All right, so who's the star, Mark?
I'd rather Dejounte. I'd rather Murray than OG. That's me personally.
You just iced on Dejounte Murray. Me and freaking Darcy. Darcy texted me. I literally said, the same thing. I was at the gym. I told this dude, I was like, we're going to get Dejounte Murray next.
I wanted to keep RJ here. I could have got Dejounte Murray for picks and a player. I didn't have to give RJ.
They could still do that, Mark. If they do it this year, they only need to trade Fournier and picks.
My point is I wanted RJ here instead of OG.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. That's bothering me.
Mark, so let me ask you this. Mark. Does OG Anunoby, Brunson Randle, and Dejounte Murray get you to ECF?
No, because I can't rely on Randle. He's the key to this team. What do y'all don't understand? Brunson is. Let me tell you something. If you watch Brunson in the EuroLeague, he had to be benched because of what they was doing to him defensively. He couldn't do it.
One, bro. You talking about the EuroLeague? They play a whole different style of basketball than the NBA. But Mark, again, bro, you're talking like GMO and I had a say in this trade, bro. I felt like the Knicks could have gotten.
Yeah, I'm moving to Toronto because I could have barely watched the Knicks last 2 weeks anyway. I'm moving to Toronto. Yes,
I know, my guy.
And they got sexy women there.
Mark, you said the same crap when we traded KP, and you right back here, bro.
Hold on.
You ain't going nowhere.
I still rather have KP than Randle.
You said the same thing about going to Dallas. All right, let me get to Darcy, man. Darcy, continue to talk about this trade, man. Do you think that's also us trying to mend fences with Masai Ujiri and the Raptors? And also, because we talked about this the other day, and also with if they make the trade to Dejounte Murray, because they can't live on an island, the front office, CAA that is, right? I did not know. Thanks for pointing out that your man switched from Clutch to CAA.
Yo, they're slick with that.
But yeah, talk to me about it, because the trade itself, RJ Barrett, IQ, and only a second-round pick for OG Anunoby is going to be expiring. And Pressure Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn.
I like the center. I really like the center.
But this kind of goes against what the Raptors have been asking for OG Anunoby for some time. Remember, they've been asking for 2 to 3 first-round picks for OG Anunoby. So do you think that is somehow these two front offices kind of mending the fences? Like, do you think this is, I don't say something sinister behind the scenes, but just talking about like what you might be thinking about the inner workings with the two front offices in this trade.
So let me tell you this, bro. I think at the end of the day, the Raptors factored in the fact that OG. Because think about it, right? I just read in an article that some within the Raptors organization were upset that they didn't trade OG earlier in earlier years when because they had an offer for around 3 first-round picks for him. So now,
and sorry guys, my bad. Sorry to cut you off real quick. He has a player option next year, 2024-25. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now, the thing about it, they could have gotten more from him in previous years, but now you realize, okay, at the end of the season, this guy could leave. He could leave at the end of the season. So think about it. Teams that are traded that are calling the trade for him now may be on the fence, like, hey, maybe this guy may not want to stay with us. Maybe there was words that he already wanted to go to the Knicks because he did switch from Clutch to CAA. So now if you think about it, if he's already having communications with Leon Rose's son, he probably already through the back channel say, you know what, if the Knicks get me, I'll resign. So it was already probably rumblings about that. Teams already know, okay, Leon Rose's son is repping OG Anunoby. The Knicks have been trying to get OG Anunoby for years now. This was already in the making, the way I see it, and they were just trying to figure out the best pathway to make it happen without costing the Knicks too much. And the Knicks were able to give up RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley, who was a player you weren't going to play. RJ Barrett, who, the Knicks drafted him, but his biggest fan in the front office was Scott Perry, who is no longer with the Knicks. So now you have less people vying to keep RJ. And now you can get Anunoby, and there's other teams calling for him. So you have to put together a decent package. You take RJ Barrett, who won. It makes the most sense if you're going to trade RJ. It's out of love for him to trade him to where he's from to eat, because that's going to hurt him already. Not being a Knick, he wanted to be here. But if you're going to trade him anywhere, it's best to trade him to the Raptors. So I don't think this has anything to do with the lawsuit. The lawsuit is a separate case to me. This just worked on both sides for both players. The Raptors needed another guard. You get a young guard, and Immanuel Quickley, who you can either choose to extend or you can move him in a sign and trade. So that gives the Raptors a little bit flexibility there. You don't need to commit. And then you don't lose OG Anunoby for anything. You get a young 20 points per game player, and RJ Barrett, who won, is averaging more than OG Anunoby and fits the timeline of Scotty Barnes a little bit better than OG, right? So you're banking on that RJ can get a little better too. And again, you just don't lose OG for nothing, because other packages probably were not that good, because teams could easily say, hey, we don't know if this guy's going to re-sign with us, so we can't give you the house for him. But the Knicks are like, you know what? We'll give you RJ, who's from Toronto, from Canada, and we'll give you Immanuel Quickley, who you can choose to re-sign or do what you will with him, and then we'll give you the Pistons second-round pick so you can add a little young player to your team. These guys are the worst in the league right now. So at the end of the day, it sucks a little bit, but it's a risky trade. But Leon Rose needed to do something to get better. You add OG Anunoby, who might I say did lock down Giannis Antetokounmpo, who after the interview they asked Giannis, what did OG Anunoby do? And he is like, I don't know. But OG Anunoby does an exceptional job of guarding bigger players like Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo, which you will need him in the playoffs if you want to stand a chance of matching up against these guys in the second round, right? As the Knicks currently stand, is this roster good enough to get you to the Eastern Conference Finals past the Milwaukee or past the Boston? That remains to be seen with how well OG Anunoby can gel with this team. But it also needs to be seen that whether the Knicks can execute a trade for Dejounte Murray. Because that's what's going to be the X factor here, because this can't be your only move. But if it is, Dante DiVincenzo can man that starting lineup, two guard position with his shooting, and then also added spacing with having OG Anunoby, who's an upgrade over shooting from RJ Barrett and gives you more on defense. But the question still remains to be seen: if you bring in Dejounte Murray, does that limit what you can get from OG Anunoby? To me, the answer would be no for that, because you can play him like how you play RJ, right? Give him run with the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
So now you give him the opportunity to get his shot attempts up. You're getting him 15 to 17 shot attempts per game, maybe even more, because he shoots the ball better.
Tips is gonna run that man down to 40 minutes per game. I bet you. He's gonna.
Of course. He's gonna treat that man.
He's gonna treat that man to like the second of Luol Deng. I could just see it.
I know your man Grimes is sweating bullets right now. But this your only other trade piece.
Listen, I'd rather him go to another team to really show in a ball movement centric offense. He's more of a sound player. He needs to go somewhere that kid harnesses his talents, because he's better than what a spot of than just being a spot.
But he also has pressure now to perform too, because you're talking about this team is not looking at, hey, we gotta wait for the kids to develop. They're like, bro, we trade y'all kids. We don't give a damn anymore, bro. We trying to expedite this process,
they need
bro.
to trade Randall,
so
because
now
he has like a kid on the floor.
He has to grow up, bro. Grimes, he gotta step up, and in the playoffs, he gotta make them shots, bro. You're a catch and shoot guy, bro. They're gonna be looking for you to make them shots, son. So he's gonna have to
Grimes
step up big.
Making it. He is not making it.
Who, Grimes?
Yeah, he's gone, bro. He's gone by this deadline. The Knicks just gave up their top two trade options, which is why this trade costs us more than it does on paper. We just gave up our top two trade options in a single trade. Now, the good thing about it is you address your backup power forward position, so you relegate Josh Hart back to being a regular guard, and now you have Malachi Flynn, who can get the offense organized and get the ball to these players, and also he is a scoring threat. He has not been utilized well. If you look at his minutes, he often gets under 10 minutes a game. This is a player, if you give him Immanuel Quickley's minutes, he can give you Immanuel Quickley's production.
Who?
Malachi Flynn.
No, he's all right.
Yes,
he's nowhere near.
He's all right. He's not that. I don't think he's that good.
Malachi Flynn, again, bro, he's untapped. He's a gritty player, too.
Don't do this. He cannot get fiery like Quickley. He cannot turn on a blitz like Quickley does. That's what made Quickley so good. And he's not the defender that Quickley is when Quickley's on. Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
He's not
Y'all
that
are
good.
hoping that OG turns out to be as great as y'all think he's going to be.
It's not about being great. It's about being complimentary to freaking Brunson, bro.
Great for this shit to be good. That's the problem.
No one say you don't. Yo, to be effective in this offense, you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be a star. You already got Brunson. Bro, hold on. We would have gotten to the ECF if Grimes and IQ played at the normal level like they were playing last year.
So
They're both under. If they play at the normal level, the Knicks are in the ECF. How many shots did we miss? How many opportunities did these guys get? Wide open shots. Grimes forcing jumpers, taking the ball, just chucking it because he's nervous. IQ missing everything. You just need competent players. You don't need super duper stars next to Brunson and even Randall. And I'm not even a Randall fan.
I expect role players to be incompetent sometimes. But if I'm paying my all NBA All-Star and I can't rely on him not one game in the playoffs, but 7 games straight to play like a borderline.
We get it. You hate Randall. I'm not a Randall fan either, but the topic is not about Randall, bro. The topic is about complimentary play next to Brunson and Randall.
Let me tell you something. This team don't move the ball like it's supposed to.
And you know why? Because guys can't make shots.
No, because guys don't get the
ball. Bro,
OKC.
I keep saying this, bro. We could go to how many games this season? OKC game. Bucks game, even though Grimes and IQ had a good game that season, game, it was Don DiVincenzo was eating straight up peen that game. How many games where guys cannot hit open catch and shoots, bro? Brunson, dribble drive penetration, drawing the double teams, collapsing. Everybody's on him. He passed somebody else. They can't make an open shot.
If Brunson ran the pick and roll, say Brunson ran pick and roll 20 times a game, how many times how many times is Brunson passing out that pick and roll? How many times? If you gave Brunson 20 pick and rolls to do whatever he wants, how many times is he passing the ball out of pick and roll? Be honest. Because every time I see him, it's either he's scoring or he's off the ball. He does not pass like a point guard should, that highly dominant with the ball for other guys to feel a function. So when they get the ball, they're in rhythm.
Yeah. Let's do it like Halliburton, right? Where Halliburton literally has been exposed for freaking fishing for assists, right? Oh, I gotta get my 20 assists, blah blah. And when push came to shove, he wasn't that effective against the Lakers, was he?
That's the Lakers because they're big.
Oh, now it's because of the Lakers. But everybody was saying he's the best point guard. I saw publications saying, is Halliburton the best point guard in the game, bro?
If Brunson's going against the Lakers, you think the Lakers would not affect Brunson like that?
No, because he cooks everybody. Huge. Brunson literally gets every team's best guard and wing defender night in, night out, bro. He's cooking everybody.
He's not a ball mover like Halliburton.
Because guys are not making. Yo, the Pacers have. I think I'm not even sure this. Last year they had the #1 top ranked fast break transition offense. They run the floor. That's their game, bro. They literally go. I'm gonna send you the link. I forget which game it was. The game he just had 20 assists. And last game he just had 20 assists. Unless they played a game yesterday. If it was, they played a game yesterday. The game before that. Where literally you saw him and Turner literally just passing the ball back to each other to try so Halliburton could get an assist, bro. He literally fishes for assist. I'm not saying that he's not a good facilitator, a good passer. Brunson's not sitting up there trying to fish for assist. He's trying to make something work, bro. RJ Barrett has been inconsistent from our side. That's my son. But I have to be honest with him. Or with RJ Barrett. I got to be honest with Grimes. I got to be even honest with IQ at times. They've been...
I just hope... Okay.
This squad has been inconsistent in clutch situations when you needed them, bro. I said RJ Barrett. And RJ Barrett, too, even though he was playing well last year in terms of his finishing, attacking the basket, he couldn't shoot to save his life in the playoffs last year. He's still shooting 30-some% from outside. I got to be honest about these guys, bro. And I'm not ishing on RJ Barrett, my guy, but please. Please, be honest. Let me get to Isaiah in the building. Isaiah, salute, bro.
OG.
Hold on, Mark.
More consistent. I just hope he's more consistent.
I got you.
If he's more consistent, you win.
Okay, Mark. Isaiah, go ahead, man.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Darcy. Shout out to you.
Oh, hello, Isaiah.
What's going on, brother? You know, it's crazy. Today's one of the biggest days we had since the Porzingis trade. So for me, right, I love RJ Barrett. People know that. Gamble knows that. People know how much I fight for the kid. But we got to talk about certain realities with RJ. This is his 5th season. This is his 5th season, and the pace he was going on, he was going to shoot below 45% again. He wasn't even going to get 44%. He's going to probably get 43 to 42%. And I love RJ, but that can't keep happening. Quickly, we weren't going to sign him. This to me, in my opinion, kind of shows that we're going to go get Donovan Mitchell. In my opinion, I'm thinking about the moves. It's a decent trade. I think there's going to be more moves to be made, but I mean, I like the trade so far. I think we got a little bit better with more consistency. I do agree with Guillermo when it comes to the way our offense, when it doesn't have to be a super duper star that has to be in there. It just has to be more consistent players. And at least with OG, you're going to get some consistent 3-and-D. I think we finally got a real 3-and-D wing on our team now. And I would love to add a few more 3-and-D guys. But I do believe that this trade is going to be the best for everybody. We weren't going to pay Quickley. I think the signs were there from the beginning when we didn't extend them that we weren't going to sign Quickley back. Plus, with the DiVincenzo trade, that was going to be more of a clear signs that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I agree. And I think that Wadham was on the one. I want to say this about Quickley. His professionalism was pretty great. We never heard of any complaints out of him. When clearly we seen, the minutes were going down, and they traded for Dante, they got Dante, and then true professionalism. But listen, man, we got to do what we got to do. I wish RJ the best. I just hope that for him, he gets his efficiency better because that turns he can go from a starter to a role player real quick in this league. But I like what the Knicks are doing, man. I think we're not going to see the true fruits of labor of this trade until the summertime, until we get another guy. Like I said, I think this trade is aiming us to go get Donovan Mitchell, truthfully. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
So let me ask you a question. What are the Cavs going to want for Donovan that we got to give them?
Doesn't he have a play option?
Yeah, in 2 years, 2025, 26 has a play option.
Okay.
Hold on. So this year he can't be traded?
No, he could be traded.
He could be traded
just has
now,
a play
but
option
he has
in 2
another
years.
year
Donovan
on that
Mitchell
deal.
could be traded.
Oh, okay. So I thought he didn't have the player. I thought he had the play option this year because I know they didn't extend him, and I kind of thought the writing on the wall that he doesn't want to go back to Cleveland.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to be extended, but yeah,
he's leaving. He's leaving Cleveland.
He never wanted to be there in the first place. We all know this. But
I just think that this trade to me just makes sense of them trying to go get Donovan Mitchell. I don't know.
I'd rather you gave that to Cleveland and bring Donovan Mitchell in with that piece. I don't know if you're gonna get Donovan Mitchell.
Let me ask Isaiah this. Isaiah, do you think the Knicks got fleeced? Do you think who came out winners in this trade?
Oh man, no, I don't think the Knicks got fleeced. I really, really don't because again, right?
I love that.
Again, to me, right with RJ. I gotta be real, man. RJ just isn't an efficient player in the regular season. He's just not an efficient player. He shoots up pretty much 42% his whole career. He had one season where he shot 45%. Out of 5 seasons, he shot 45%. Everything else has been sub 40, pretty much 42%. The three shot hasn't come. The mid range that we've been all asking for him to develop hasn't been there. Sometimes the finishing still isn't strong, and just to me the 3-and-D that we needed from RJ just hasn't been there. And there's a lot of great stuff he does because I do think he shows up in the playoffs when we needed him. Last year, he showed that he can play in the. He can play in the. Who said you guys are crazy?
He got that temperament, man. I like that temperament.
5 years.
He got the temperament. But look, I think it's an even trade overall. I think it's an even trade. Now the Quickley thing is a little difficult because I kind of like Quickley. I would have liked him to stay on this team without RJ. Just
that
see
boy
how that
got
goes.
spunked, man.
But listen, I'm gonna be real with Quickley. In the playoffs, he didn't show up. I don't think he showed up once. So, again, I know. Listen, for me as a Knicks fan, I wanted to get to the next level, and we got to get guys that can play in the playoffs, man. We gotta get guys that play in the playoffs because
you're absolutely right.
The regular season is cool. I'm always go. The regular season is cool, man. But some of these dudes don't show up, and I'm gonna be real with you. Randall better pray he shows up this season. He better pray he shows up this season because
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth about my son. Watch your mouth about my son, bro. Y'all watch your mouth about my son.
Mark,
I'll come look for you. Don't play with me, Mark. I'll come look for you. Bro, I will drag you by your dress out your house.
You woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. That's what you did with that jersey.
No, I hear you wilding.
You better go take that off.
That's all I heard.
But hold on, Ace.
All right, let's have some control. Go ahead. Finish, Isaiah, please.
I just want to say this, Ace. This is for Randall. If he doesn't show up, I'm just gonna be real. Whatever little trade value he has is out the door.
Not really.
If he doesn't show up in this, come on.
Really? Hold on, bro. The man got hurt last year. Hold on, everybody was doubting him. This year, when we first started, I'm like, yo, bro, he just had surgery. Then hold on, did Randall come back? Is he more efficient?
He's always been this.
No. Hold on. Is he more efficient? That's the question. Is he more efficient?
Bro, Randall's a fictional
character. No, I'm asking you a question.
All right. We're going to get back. All right, because you're not going to answer. We're not going to answer. Can you give me your breakdown of the trade, bro?
He's biased. It is what it is.
Can we get to the trade? Can we get to the trade, guys? Please.
Yeah, you want to grade?
Ace of Kings, give me your assessment of this trade, bro.
Bro, we already discussed about this last night. We literally just talked about this last night. Unfortunately, I know that's your son, this, then, the third, bro. Sorry, you know what I mean? But
I can hear your stupid smile through the damn mic right now, bro. I'm just scared. Look at you. Look at you.
Bro. He's so, bro, he was so inconsistent, bro. He was so inconsistent. He had to get up out of here. He was like a horse in Central Park with the blinders on the side. He kept on getting blocked. The only thing that he got good this year so far and being efficient was free throws. Other than that, he was inconsistent. We couldn't rely on him. He wasn't our third. We got him to be a third guy. He was supposed to be one of our main three, and he wasn't. Like, come on, bro. It's like he's doing too much. I understand, and I kept on saying that when we was in the playoffs. You could send him back to Canada. You know what I mean? I did say that. And so happens, I guess the Knicks worked it out and sent them back home. Maple Syrup went back home. Still,
you see how you start?
You a snake. You
see how you start?
He's home.
All right, so talk to me. Who do you think is going to be the next player? Because it seems, look, the Knicks did not give up they gave up so-called.
Of course not.
They gave up assets that they probably RJ Barrett was an asset they probably want to move on since the what's the name trade, the Donovan Mitchell trade fiasco a few years ago. IQ was not going to be re-signed. They only gave up a second-round pick. So who were the assets?
They only gave up a second-round pick?
They only gave up a second-round pick. So who do you think is the next player Knicks going to be looking at? Is Dejounte Murray? Is it Donovan Mitchell, which I think would be stupid?
I say Donovan because Donovan wants to go home, bro. But at the same time, I really don't care too much for it because of the fact that, hey, bro, we're small. We're still a small team. We cannot go against the big dogs while we're so small. Pause.
No, I will front it.
Ace, can I say something real quick? Sorry, Mark, can I say something? This, and Guillermo, I've been saying this for so long, and this to me is where I have to give Leon Rose the discredit. This man has been disregarding the way the NBA has been moving towards in the draft for a while. Him not getting 3-and-D wings on top of 3-and-D wings, to me, has been an issue that we haven't drafted. Again, right? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go back to 2018, and it wasn't on Leon Rose. You could have had Mikal Bridges. You could have had Devin Vassell. You could have had a couple of these guys. You could have got Trey Murphy. You could have got a lot of these 3-and-D wing guys, which the league is going towards. Like Ace says, we're a small team. I don't want Donovan Mitchell just on the simple fact that having two guys that are 6 feet in a backcourt, to me, just not going to work. You're not going to be on the next, like, you're not going to be on a level where, I'll say the best, let's say the Knicks do get Donovan Mitchell. You have Brunson, OG, Mitchell, Randall. I think the best that team. I think the best team. I'm gonna be real with you, though, Mark. I think the best that team can be is third in the East. I don't think you're better than Milwaukee. I don't think you're better than the Celtics.
Yes, they're contenders. If they get that, they can roll out and fight with anybody.
No, they can fight with anybody. They can fight with anybody. But see, there's a difference from fighting.
I need a fighting chance. That's what I want. I want to feel that gives me a blow for blow chance. That gives me the chance. But listen, we got to get bigger though. We got to get bigger. My thing is, I think we got to get bigger in the wing position. I think we got to get bigger in the wing and the power forward position. He's 6'9".
I mean, bro, you just brought in Precious Achiuwa. He's 6'8", so he's a backup power forward now. So you did add length, and then you added OG Anunoby, who's not taller than RJ, same size, but he's a bigger guy, longer wingspan, gives you more on defense, and gives you better perimeter shooting. So, I mean, the Knicks improved in that area, but Ian Begley just said it himself. He says he believes this is one of two moves that the Knicks have in framework. He just picked that out. He said he does not believe that the Knicks are done. So
I think it's Dejounte Murray.
But listen, even with that, you can tell that this wasn't going to be the final move. This isn't the final move.
It can't be.
They're gonna listen. At the end of the day, they're gonna either get Donovan Mitchell or they're gonna get insert X player. It's either gonna be Donovan Mitchell or one more player that we're not.
Donovan or Dejounte, bro, and Donovan is least likely. He is not assertive enough to ask for a trade by the deadline. Unless they have some whispers, unless somebody said to the Knicks front office, like, hey, Donovan Mitchell may ask out if the Knicks keep losing. I mean, if the Cavs keep losing closer to the deadline, right? Maybe he's contemplating it. Who knows?
Bro, they are. Garland is out.
Mobley's out.
But your man Donovan is not assertive, bro. He could have forced his way to the Knicks and he didn't do it.
No. He didn't have a choice with that.
Bro, he could have told.
He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice.
No, let me tell you why he had a choice. The reason why he had a choice is because if he would have said, listen, and I know this is not the best method, but if he would have put it out there that the Knicks would have been the only team he would have been willing to re-sign with, he would have added more juice to that fire for the Knicks. The Cavs would have been less hesitant to give up so many assets to get him. He should have made it known and clear that he wanted to be a Knick, and that's it. He could have.
No. Hold on. Donovan deal that he has now is why he didn't have no leverage to go to.
You're listening to what I'm saying. I get the deal, but I'm saying teams are only going to give up the house for a guy they know they're going to keep in the future. Listen, bro. Look at what Utah did. The picks they kick in after Donovan Mitchell's free agency. They knew he was going to leave the Cavaliers, which is going to increase the value of the picks they got. The
way that team looked and that was constructed, you could say they had a chance to go to the finals, which they could have. We didn't knock Cleveland. If we didn't knock them out, because we
was not going to no finals, bro.
Darcy, we didn't think that we was going to beat Cleveland in the playoffs, and it happened. They had the team, and they could have went because Miami should have never went to the finals. Everyone knows that. They could have beat Miami. They could have beat Miami. They had a chance, and they rented him for the 3 years. With a team like that, with Garland and Mobley and Allen, you're gonna make a push for another guy that they needed. They needed a guy like that. So as an organization, I would have made the move. It's the same thing with the Knicks. You would have made the move, because even if that's the case, what if Donovan Mitchell came here and things didn't work out and things went completely left?
So real quick,
we don't know. We don't know these players. We live in an era of TikTok where people attention spans is killing the human interactive. When things are not going right,
all right, Mark. Let me get to this call real quick. Yo, Slew, who's this?
Hello?
Yeah, so who's this?
Shotgunner.
Shotgunner, what's good, bro? Talk to me, man. Knicks.
What's good with you, bro?
RJ Barrett is gone. OG Anunoby pressure Achiuwa and Flynn for RJ Barrett, man. Quickly second round pick, man. Give me your assessment of this trade, bro.
Terrible trade. I just wanted to call in and talk to the guys. I know Mark. I met Mark through my man Uncle Freezy, Bloss Tears. He got a car size over there, so I'm familiar with Mark. I met him. We used to talk over there. But long story short, terrible trade for the simple fact that we never gave IQ the chance, and we didn't have to include him in the deal. And to give up a draft compensation was like stupid because at the end of the day, like we had a backup center that we could have had drafted if we didn't ever traded him to the Pistons. So all this just don't make no sense because we traded him for a center. We could have drafted a center. So what was the point of trading the pick? It just a lot of stuff went wrong that out of dislike. Like I said, I'm familiar. A lot of people know me from taking the take on not liking the Jalen Brunson signing just for the simple fact that it was a CAA move. It wasn't a basketball move. It was just because of a Rick Brunson relationship and a Leon Rose relationship. It had nothing to do with basketball because if we wanted a point guard, we had one the whole time, which was IQ, or at least give him a chance over a 20-game development to see if we have at least Tyrese Maxey type player, and we never felt that he's going to.
I got to cut you off. Sorry, not to cut you. I apologize for.
Right, bro. Go ahead. No, you good, bro.
Tyrese Maxey. He's not even close to Tyrese.
I mean, you can say that.
Yeah, Tyrese.
I mean, you can say that, bro.
But has gotten every chance. Now, again, you started. Hold on, I'm gonna answer your question. You starting doesn't necessarily mean that's not you not getting a chance. When IQ was coming into those rotations, they purposely, because he needed rest, Brunson will come out and Randall will come out. When IQ's not playing with Brunson, you look at the numbers. The offense does not do nearly as well as when IQ and Brunson play together. But when Brunson plays with IQ, the offense he plays fine enough. That goes to show you that IQ. Now, obviously, the other factors, multivariate analysis, all that BS, right? But when he got a chance, IQ that is, he did not show that when he's without Brunson, he can create or run an offense. He needed a screen every time. Hold up, he needed a screen every time to create space. Am I right or wrong? And when many times
you're right.
Games you see IQ, he'll get the screen, he'll get hesitant to shoot the mid-range shot, he'll pick up his dribble, and he's turning around on his pivot looking to pass it out.
Yeah,
he's been doing that for a while. So we get enamored with seeing IQ at his highs and saying, oh, he could be a lead point guard. Tyrese Maxey was a point guard from UK. And that transition over to the Sixers. Because even before Harden got there, when it was Embiid and Maxey, I was like, do they actually have to trade for Harden? Because your man Maxey is killing.
They didn't have to.
And I'll say this. Maxey, this is not a slight to IQ, but Maxey's also had Sam Cassell, who's personally worked with him over the summer. Not the summer, the last summer. Right? In terms of working his point guard skills. IQ has not had that, but IQ's not truly a point guard. He can't. Yeah, he's been doing a lot better this season, but his left is relatively weak. If he's not getting a screen, he cannot create one-on-one isolation. People say, oh, why isolation score? When you get in the NBA, most of your dribble drive, most of your offense created off of what? Dribble drive penetration, right? Guys who could break down the offense, right? Without necessarily a screen. And IQ cannot do that. So when I look at a so-called lead point guard, it's not as if IQ's not being developed. Tom Thibodeau was there. Hold up, Mark, I gotta kick Mark over. Mark, I'll bring you back on, bro. Your man IQ, literally, Tom Thibodeau was working with IQ 3 years ago when he went to the summer league to work on his development, to work on his facilitating, his court awareness. He was at the summer league with IQ. He was screaming at IQ when Yashimoto was just standing there, and Yashimoto was the coach of that summer league team. So the Simpson said Tom Thibodeau has not been working with IQ. When he was working with what they call, if you read the athletic article, it's called the early group. Tom Thibodeau isn't working with IQ to become that point guard. He's just that multifaceted, what do you want to call it? Combo guard, whatever you want to call him. A guy can run the offense, blah, blah. He's just not it, at least right now. He's not Maxey. They went to the same school, but he's not Maxey. Maxey is strong, explosive, can play make. IQ can't.
Can I chime in?
My bad. I didn't mean to. My bad, Mark.
No, you good. No, we debating, bro. I love this. No, let me chime in. Like, I love to play devil's advocate. So one thing you did is point out all the negatives. Never stopped you because you're not wrong. but you never pointed out the positives. So when he played, remember when?
Hold on. You didn't ask me about the positives. You asked me about them developing as a point guard. So it wasn't a positive negatives debate. I'll give you all the positives because I point out since his second year here or whenever the Burke, when we had Kemba, whatever, and Burke, I said IQ should have been starting.
And that's what I was about to get to. That's why I cut you off.
Defense is great. I think that his quarter when he's playing at passing lanes is excellent. I'll show you the game that you saw IQ really turn around defensively was the second year here versus Toronto Raptors, the first one when you lost by around 9. Go watch that game back and you see IQ's defense. That's when he took that next leap defensively. IQ's three-point shoot, his off-ball shooting is excellent. IQ playing off the pick and roll. He's one of the best pick and roll scorers in the league. That has nothing to do with what you literally just talked about before. So let's not conflate positive negatives to can he be a player and if the Knicks did not develop. Those are two separate things.
Yeah, I was gonna finish. I see why you went to that point, but let me finish the point. So the whole point, I definitely you're not wrong for what you're saying at all. But the whole point that you fail to realize is that that's the whole point, that you say that he did get the chance. So would you agree that Alex Burke got more of what Alex, and I'm not done with the debate, but this is just a question asked. Would you agree that Alex, so that was a terrible, that's all on coaching. That's all on coaching. So the Knicks narrative was at first saying, hey, maybe his IQ's not good enough to play. How? When he showed you when he got at the point guard. So that's coaching. That putting Alex Burks at a point guard was a freaking terrible decision on Tom Thibodeau's decision making as a defensive coach. First of all, you said developing coach. Besides running Derek Leeds to the ground, what point guard has he developed in his career? I give him his developing coach, but you give him a little too much credit when it comes to developing. He never developed anybody but ruin their careers by playing them overly minutes and overly minutes. Okay, no disrespect. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. So I love Tibbs at the same time, but it's just like the same thing with no disrespect. I don't mean to use a football analogy. It's like making Josh McDaniels an offensive coordinator, a leader of men. I think Tom Thibodeau is not a leader of men. He's a great defensive coach. When you're with the Boston Celtics, as you've seen, Doc Rivers was the head coach, and he was the assistant defense head coach. It was one of the best teams ever in the league because sometimes you're good at what you do. I think Tibbs is not a leader of men. He's not. He's clearly not. He gets us good records. He's played hard, but he's not a leader of men. And that's the whole point by the decision-making that he put Alex Burke at a point guard. That's how I know he's not a leader of men. And that was my whole point was we shipping off. Go ahead.
No, finish. I didn't mean cut you off. Hold on. I didn't mean cut you off.
Can I read this?
Oh, no. So he's not a leader of men. My whole point is I'm not saying that IQ's Tyrese Maxey. I don't want that to get taken out of context. First of all, he never even got the shot in college. Like a kid, I forgot his name, that started over him. Like, where is he at to this day? Like, that's the whole point. So the whole point is we have something. We had something with IQ. That was just the whole point. I wanted to see more of that, more of what we had, something. The whole Jalen Brunson, I love Jalen Brunson. He's a great guy. I was wrong. I was mad when we first signed him for $100 million. I was mad, but I took more contacts in that. He deserved that. He deserved it. You know what I mean? Kid balling out.
So let me
but at the end of the day, go ahead. But at the end of the day, he was only the Knicks wanted him. And Rick Brunson, at the end of the day, that's a CE, whatever they call it. So that's an inside trade, and that had nothing to do with basketball, of trying to win a championship. You can't say signing Jalen Brunson that year and then signing his father to assistant head coach. You can't say that was a basketball decision. You cannot say that. That was an inside fringe decision.
I don't disagree with you, but here's the thing. In the NBA,
so that's why I was mad.
So a few things. So just to go, I'll go from front to back. Pause. When you talk about guys signing that, so when KP was here, he wanted his brother to be a part of the front office. All these guys in the league, they all do the same thing. Why is that when the Knicks do it, it's different? All these guys get their family members. They get somebody close to them that's trying to be a so-called fake-ass agent or some type of figure in the league, somehow ingratiated in the front office. Why is that if the Knicks do it, it's, oh my gosh. Now, I will sit up here and say that the front office, when I give him credit for getting Jalen Brunson, but it seems there's a lot of things in the cards for it to happen. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, they really poached out Jalen Brunson. He was a player that we didn't expect to come in, right? So I'll agree with you in that regards. Make it seem like that's foreign. That's BS. Now, we talk about guards that Tom Thibodeau's developed. You go back. Do you remember? So what was Jimmy Butler before he got to the Bulls?
What was
his draft assessment?
Him.
I mean, at the end of the day, they had a Luol Deng. I mean, I'm going to answer the question.
That's not my point. Jimmy Butler was what in college? And Jimmy Butler would tell you this himself because he said in interviews. What was Jimmy Butler's role in college?
He was defensive, right? Defensive role.
Do you ever think that he'll ever be a so-called the point guard.
That's talent. Nah, that's talent. No, that's talent. That's talent.
Go ahead.
No, just a superstar, period. Just a superstar leading the franchise. No, I never thought that. No.
Okay, so who do you give that credit to?
I give that credit to himself.
all right. So we know.
I mean, because
a player turns from a defensive player in the league and gets a chance under Tom Thibodeau when Derrick Rose
I'm not giving Tom Thibodeau that much credit.
And becomes one of the best. Everything that Jimmy Butler does is what Tom Thibodeau loves his point guards to do. Everything Jimmy Butler does is what he wants his point guards to do. Be able to shoot off the dribble, to attack off the pick and roll, to have a multifaceted offensive game, triple threat their guy, be able to back down their players. Those are all the things Tom Thibodeau wants in a guard, but we can give him no credit.
And then he traded him for Zach LaVine. And then he traded him for Zach LaVine.
Say he has no grudge to Tom Thibodeau because he learned how to become a better playmaker off the ball under Tom Thibodeau. And so was it 6 months he had before he got traded.
Did that help his career? He can't even lead the Bulls to a play-in. I'm just saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
You say why is it that Kyle Lowry? Why is it that Josh Hart? Why all these guys swear by Tom Thibodeau and say, "Yo, Tom Thibodeau was a coach. I run through a wall for him. I love Tom Thibodeau." Andrew Wiggins, everybody thought that hated Tom Thibodeau. When he spoke to him, Golden State was like, "No, I like Tom Thibodeau. I had no problem." It was Cat. And you see how Cat's soft-ass plays in the playoffs. You see how Cat's mentality, how soft it is in the playoffs. Tom Thibodeau want to develop that. But Cat is soft. Great offensive talent. Should be one. He's probably top 5 offensive talents in the game. He's soft. And that's why he didn't like Tom Thibodeau. Kyle Korver didn't like Tom Thibodeau. He said because he played me too many minutes. He had me run out there on defense about doing stuff. I have not heard one bad. People can sit up there and say, "Nah, I don't like to play for Tom Thibodeau." All the guys that come out publicly and say Tom Thibodeau's about, I've never heard them say he's not a leader of men. They say, "Oh yeah, he swears by his defense. You gotta play defense." IQ even said, "Yeah." He said, "Give me one word to define Tom Thibodeau." IQ said, "Defense. You better play defense." But he's smiling, and IQ became what? One of the best defensive players in the league, right? You give Tom Thibodeau no credit for developing IQ. When he's
when do all this? Excuse my language. When do all this shit transition in June? Okay, when does it? Are you talking about December and June? I want to win the gold, bro. I don't care about that.
My G, hold on.
I'm not changing it. No, I'm just telling you. Like,
who has he developed? And I'm giving you players.
But that's what I'm saying. No, I give all the credit. Go ahead. No. I'm just saying I give all the credit you giving him. But if it's going around in circles, think about it. He hasn't won a championship since 2000.
All right, Mark Jackson won a championship. Hold on.
No.
I was just about to go with Gammo.
No, because you're giving him a leader of men credit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying this is like.
You said it, bro. You said he was not a leader of men. I combated it. I didn't give him the credit.
No, I said
you brought it up.
No, but you're defending. You're trying to give me a point of why he's a leader, right?
Because he didn't win a championship.
I'm not downplaying. That's my opinion. No, right? It's just got to be my opinion. This is how arguments start. Like, and I know we're not saying to argue.
Bro, you said you tied back to championships. I could give you a plethora of coaches who did not win a championship, who are great developers, who are great coaches, but just in the way
we can't compare men. We talk about one individual. We comparing men, and I'm not trying to cut you off because it's your show, but comparing men is a terrible thing for men to do. Like, one man is one individual. I can't compare a man to another man. I just don't get how people do that. And I'm just speaking for myself. I can't compare another coach. Like, they're different men. They might be different genders, different. Like I don't understand that. Just because this coach. No, we're talking about Tom Thibodeau. So, like you said, I only said
talking about Tom Thibodeau as a coach. You're naturally going to compare it to other coaches because there's not one coach. If you're saying Tom Thibodeau's not won a championship, okay, then let's talk about all the coaches who not won a championship. Because people try to make it seem like, oh, the coaches do it by themselves, bro. There's a reason why they get championship level. They get so-called championship level coach. You know how they bring championship level coaches on to come in because the team is already set. All you need is to change the offensive philosophy, maybe add a few players here and there, and get them over the so-called top. But they never remember the development coaches did all that dirty work
do you understand?
Like a Mark Jackson, who should get a lot of credit for them Golden State Warrior championships, the early ones. He gets absolutely no credit for that. He's the one that developed Steph and Clay. He told the league, yo, these are going to be the best shooters in the league. And everybody laughed him out the building. Everybody doubted Steph Curry being a championship play before that. I remember that.
I hear you, brother. But guess what?
Mark Jackson was crazy for saying that. And I don't want to get
but he
developed that. Steve,
and I don't want to kill your argument. I don't. Okay. Can we just answer this question? Why did Kyrie Irving and KD still choose not to play with Steve Nash over him? All that great shit. They chose to play with a coach. that never
Kyrie
fucking coached
Irving
the game.
and KD wants to
Hold
now.
Let me finish. They chose to fucking play with a coach.
No, curse.
I get what you're saying, bro.
It's
but they
Kyrie
still
and
chose to play
KD.
with a coach. Bro, but that what you mean though? They had a chance to go with this phenomenal coach that you saying to play with. What are you talking about?
Where is Steve?
But you just told me everybody in the league respects him and everybody, but KD and Kyrie
Kyrie threw Steve Nash under the bus, talking about he don't know what he's doing.
100%.
Okay, that's now, but I'm talking about the opportunity to play with. It's New York. Hold on, yes, it does matter. It does. It's New York. So Brooklyn and Manhattan is different. It's a different market. You saying? What's the difference?
You think popular?
It's a different market. I know we're not saying that.
Brooklyn has no market. No one cares about the Nets. No one cares. My mom still lives there.
Bro, that's not the point. 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 The point is that you just
you're trying to sit up here and say that KD and Kyrie. You're talking about two of the most.
I just don't get why you're giving me all these great accolades about Tom Thibodeau and you saying coaches and what they said, but no superstar still ain't coming to play with him.
Coach.
No, I never said that. I said he's not a leader of men. I never said he wasn't a good coach. I said he's not a leader of men. That's all I said.
Okay, sorry. He
won a championship in his league before. I can't just. I'm not stupid, bro.
I'm not. Who are the leaders? All right, hold up, guys.
Oh, is that Ethan?
Who are the leaders of men in the
Eric Spoelstra, Rick Carlisle, Eric Spoelstra, Rick Carlisle. Look at their record now. He got one superstar on his team, and he still leads his team in competition. That's his definition of a goddamn superstar to me. The Knicks, hold on. Would you agree that the Knicks roster is better than the Heat roster? Would you agree with that?
I think those are two.
You think what?
Hold up. Wait, can you let me finish on my own show? I think Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. Eric Spoelstra
is a leader of men.
Pat Riley behind him, who backed up.
Oh my God!
I let you talk, bro. He allowed Pat Riley and I was gonna say Buford. I'm forgetting the freaking owner's name. Buford's GM for the Spurs. But they allowed Spoelstra to work through all those years. Remember the Heat, and they had Dwayne Wade. There were a lot of lean years where they get to first round, Dwayne Wade and them cranky ass knees. Bro, they allowed Spoelstra to coach. When LeBron James came over, the reason why he left, because he couldn't have control over the team. Pat Riley stood behind him and said, no, he's our coach. We value culture over whatever. So if you're going to give it to Spoelstra, the leader of men, give it to Pat Riley, who saved his ass when they wanted to, what's the name? LeBron James wanted to fire him. Rick Carlisle, the same leader of men, who was very blessed to have that 2011 team that beat the Heat. Thank God they did it. This is the same Rick Carlisle that got exposed, allegedly, for doing a lot of dirty stuff behind the scenes and putting a bad environment around Luka Doncic. Doing a lot of slimy-ish that he got exposed for. Leader of men. That's why he's gone now, and he's with the Pacers. Because he was not a leader of men.
And developing another star.
As much as I love Rick Carlisle as a coach, he was a slime ball.
Wait, can I say something?
Well, we're not in the office, so we're like I said, we can't go off what other men say. I'm not there. Hold on, bro. Listen, bro. Because, hold on. Like, we can't go off of what other coaches say, bro. All I'm saying.
Off of what research articles the Athletic has said. And the Athletic, they have to go through all their sources and make sure it's good before they even come out with an article, bro.
Can I say something?
Okay, bro, but he still has a job.
I can hear you guys in the StreamYard, but hold on.
No, I can't hear.
You can hear them?
No, I can't. I can only hear you.
All right. So give me 2 seconds. They want to ask you a question, so let me just relay the question. Just hold on, Isaiah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I can hear him, Guillermo. I can hear him.
Y'all can hear him, but he can't hear you. I don't know what's wrong with this stupid ass next Steven.
So my thing with the caller, right? I have to disagree with you on most of your talking points because
big fan too, by the way, bro.
I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh,
now he can't hear you, Isaiah. I would try to fix it, but I don't want to mess around and mess this thing up. So go ahead, Isaiah.
So here's the thing, right?
Nah, go ahead. Just give me the question, bro.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Isaiah to finish the question. So there'll be a little bit of silence. So Isaiah, please ask the question.
So one of my best examples.
Oh, I got you.
Talking about Tom Thibodeau not being a leader of men. Look, I'm looking at it right now. Look when he was the coach of the Bulls, how many times they made the playoffs, and look at him as the coach of the Knicks, and how many times we made the playoffs consistently.
So Isaiah's saying, look at the number of times that Tom Thibodeau's made the playoffs with the Bulls, and how many times the Knicks have made it to the playoffs. So, and then Isaiah, what's the question? What's the exact question?
And I'm talking about after he left, the Bulls have been searching. They've been they try Rondo, they try Paul Gasol, they try Dwayne Wade. They don't make the playoffs, man. And when you got guys like Thibs, when he came to the Knicks, we've been consistently in the.
Yo, who's playing music in the? Is that Mark?
We've been consistently in the playoffs.
Yeah, tell Mark I said salute, man.
We've been constantly in the playoffs, man. And like Guillermo, you said,
Isaiah, what's the question, bro? Because he's just hearing nothing right now. So I gotta ask him the question. What's your question, Isaiah?
Okay. Oh, yeah. So my fault.
He can't hear you, so he's just hearing nothing.
My question for him, the caller, is that what do you see from IQ that's gonna make you believe he's gonna be the superstar? Because no disrespect, every player the Knicks have gotten rid of or traded, they've been good, they've been alright, but they haven't become this super duper. Like, no disrespect.
All right, so let me ask you a question. So Isaiah's saying, what do you see in IQ that you think is going to make him this star that he hasn't really found with the Knicks? What do you see in his game that you think is going to make him some star now with the Raptors?
Just a couple days ago, 7 for 10 shooting in only 22 minutes and scored 25 points. I would like to see at least 35 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, little stuff like that. He scored 42 points last year, 11 assists. I just want to see more. I never said that. I just said I want to see more. I mean, we got people take stuff out of context. I never said that. I just said I want to see more. I say I believe. This was my opinion. Always my opinion. For the guy he played with in college, Tyrese Maxey, I said I believe if we get at least a 25 over minutes, we get a great value Tyrese Maxey. Never say, like, when he was giving me all the points by time, I never said he was a Tyrese Maxey. Never said that. But I think we get that some type of player. You know what I'm saying? And that was my whole point of the Jalen Brunson signing. I just, like, knew that was never going to ever showcase because it's like, okay, that's our starting point guard. So it was like, okay, he's never going to get the opportunity.
All right, fair enough. Yo, sorry, what's your name again, bro? I apologize for missing you.
Shotgunning, bro. No, you good, bro. Shotgunning, bro.
I appreciate you. Please call back in again. I do have to move on, but this was great. We can continue this another time, man. I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to try to fix up so guys in the StreamYard could go at you because they've been angry this whole time, but unfortunately you can't hear them. They can hear you, but you can't hear them, so I apologize for that. But Shotgunner, Sue, my guy, please subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Peace, Lou. God bless, man.
Oh, I'm already subscribed, man.
Oh, you are?
Salute, man.
I appreciate you,
my
guy.
Appreciate you letting me come on, though, my boy. Definitely. And salute, Mark. Salute, my boy.
Call back in, man. I appreciate it. Peace. So, yeah, I apologize for that, guys. But, yeah, that dude is bugging, man. This is why I'm saying once he did the Roddy Piper, man. Once you got the answers, they changed the question, bro. Because he's not a leader of men. Okay, so I give you players he's developed. Oh, I didn't say he developed player. All right, cool. So I'm going to show you some other coaches you want to change. Oh, don't compare him to other coach. Well, who am I going to compare him to? He's not a leader of men, so what is he? You know what I'm saying? And again, Tom Thibodeau, they do this in the NBA. They get rid of developmental coaches to bring on the championship level coaches. Those guys aren't leaders of men. Steve Kerr gets barked on all the time by his players. It's just that because he brought the offensive, he married the freaking motion offense and the triangle offense together, and it fit perfectly for Clay and Curry. Now he's looked at this. He's this great coach. He's an offensive mind who had everything mostly set for him. He wasn't in the gym working with Curry and believing in him and Clay as the best shooters in the league. That was Mark Jackson. And you could give him credit for helping develop Draymond Green as a big man facilitator at Jazz, but a lot of that credit goes to Mark Jackson, bro. Steve Kerr didn't want to come to Knicks because he didn't want to develop players, bro. So who's a leader of men? Is Jamal Mosey a leader of men? Look how he's developing the Magic. If he gets fired before they say gets to a championship level, is he no longer a leader of men? Come on, man. Sometimes, man, come on.
I'm just laughing over here, man. This is funny to me.
Yeah, and,
Ethan, you got next, Ethan.
Tibbs is the placeover. That's what he is.
He's Bill Parcells. That's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna implement something, but it needs to be a change after his contract is completely up. Like I said I wanted him here for these specific reasons because where the Knicks was, when his time ends, goodbye. You did your job. Let's just get someone that could make the offense a little much more better. I think that's where we lack at, honestly.
Okay, fair enough. Ethan, let me let you go. Ethan has not said anything, man. Give me your...
I just wanted to say one little quick thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Nah. Hey. Good.
That was hilarious. All right, Ethan, go ahead, bro.
Thank you.
Ethan.
What do you want me to talk about first?
Give me assessment on the trade, bro. Initial thoughts on the trade, man.
Wait, that's Ethan? Oh, yeah. That's some bass in your voice.
You got
now,
some
man.
bass, man. You guys take too long to go. Now I got to get to Mets 2 and 2. Mets 2 and 2. You gotta turn off your Turn off the volume of the video in the back. You can.
I did.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Speak your mind.
My thoughts on this trade. Once again, this is a move to limit damage control with Mitch being gone, in my view. Do we really need to ship Quickley out? I don't know. RJ, perhaps not. But at this point, why are we making moves that seem like panic moves, in my view? I mean, OG was someone I was more on the fence with wanting to get. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Gino?
Keep going. Why? Don't spew.
But giving up a second-round pick from Detroit to Toronto through the CAA agency, ridiculous. Another move that just had no point behind it, in my perspective. I would have tried to get Quickley and Barrett to work their kinks out instead of shipping them out because we're in a panic state right now.
You got a point.
But I am. Once again, the front office
doesn't have a point. Okay, let me say something real quick. What are the kinks that RJ and IQ need to work out that they haven't been able to work out as they've been here?
Most of the stuff the other callers and Darcy and Mark have said. They're not. RJ isn't really is too much. Tries to be a slasher, but most times he's either trying to score or not coughing the ball up to any of his teammates more often.
Here's what I don't like. RJ gets the ball like what it. When he starts out with Brunson around, he definitely plays more off the ball. When they stagger the lineups and those two aren't in there, he and IQ run the offense. And it doesn't look pretty. Like, you guys look, this ain't video games, guy. And RJ's my son. I didn't want RJ Barrett traded, right? I would have loved RJ Barrett to stay. I still think he's going to develop into a solid guard, wing player in this league, right? But to sit up here and say, like, he didn't get the chance is absolute BS. I've watched IQ. When Brunson is not in the game, over dribble into nothingness. I called it out, not the OKC game. What was the game before OKC? Damn.
Milwaukee on Christmas Day.
Not Milwaukee. The game before that. So the first Milwaukee game, I think it was.
That was also Milwaukee.
There's two Milwaukee. So it's the one that we lost against. I literally predicted, and I watched IQ. I said, watch him over dribble. Watch him call the screen late here. Y'all can go back to my watch alongs, and y'all can pinpoint where I said. I said, watch him call the screen here.
Hello?
You mean over dribble? Can you hear me? What the hell is happening?
Timo, you there?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yo. Why can he not hear me? What is happening? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you
yes. I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Yes.
So I watch IQ literally over dribble. About 8 seconds come off the clock. Then he calls for a screen with 6 seconds left on the clock, bro. That has been IQ's most of his career. When Brunson is not playing alongside him, bro. IQ is not this, at least right now, he's not this point guard that y'all think he is. And Tom Thibodeau has worked personally with him. Well, not personally. Has worked closely with him. The early group, go read about it. Fred Katz talked about it. The early group, all the young players come in and they run a second practice with Tom Thibodeau. All the young players. RJ Barrett, IQ. At the time, Cam Reddish. All those guys are working on specific skills, all that ish. Defense. Tom Thibodeau's out there, summer league, working with IQ, working on his playmaking. When he was out there in the summer league, he was sitting up there trying to call the offense, call screens. That was Tom Thibodeau working with him. IQ not a point guard at UK. He was an off guard. And IQ, in terms of him being that point guard, what else did y'all want him to do? Run an offense, start him over Brunson? Have the ball in his hands over Brunson?
Nope.
So what do y'all want Tom Thibodeau to do magically that's going to work for IQ to become this lead point guard that everybody's been asking about?
It's impossible.
I don't know. I've never been asking for IQ to be an elite point guard. I just want him to be one that's good enough to do what is asked of him.
But he's done good for what he's been asked to do. Play defense and be a complimentary guard off of Brunson. Attack off the weak side whenever he gets a pass from Brunson. Hit your three-point shot.
It's not my fault that the entire fan base is a bunch of overly finicky whiners.
But
you know what I mean?
Y'all play both sides.
I'm just saying.
Both sides beautifully, bro. That is wild, man. When I ask y'all, and y'all can I'm not even sitting up here trying to support Tom Thibodeau blindly. I ask y'all, because I hear it on Twitter, I hear it everywhere. Tom Thibodeau's just Tom Thibodeau. Okay. Provide me with statistics, provide me with the film that says otherwise. That is it, because I've been watching this. And does Tom Thibodeau have a lot of flaws? Yes. But in terms of, because everybody says, he doesn't develop the kids. And it's funny, every kid that is left here, Outside of you can maybe say Cam Reddish, but it's not as if Cam Reddish lighting the world on fire. It's just his defense has been an asset for the Lakers.
Say it.
Every young player that's been here that Tom Thibodeau has gotten rid of or moved away from, they haven't done jack shit. Your man Obi Toppin had a few flashes. He's been taken out the lineup. They drafted Jarace Walker. They also have Oscar Toshiba that can play a small ball of 5, maybe play the 4, where he's gonna come out for his career. I think he's in the G League right now. Obi Toppin's gonna be traded for some. He's gonna be traded for some assets in the future. He's not their future for. Right? All these young players that Tom Thibodeau, he hasn't developed. Y'all can't give me I asked y'all for 3 players that have blossomed elsewhere that Tom Thibodeau explicitly got rid of. I'm not talking about, not explicitly, but got rid of because they suck. Not because of they got traded for another player. Because I was saying Zach LaVine. Tom Thibodeau, it wasn't like he hated Zach LaVine, but he was getting Jimmy Butler. I'm talking about, he look at this young player, he's like, it ain't going to work. All these young players under Tom Thibodeau, they fit a role. What Fizz and a lot of guys try to do, we're going to see their ceiling. Kevin Knox. The month of December is first year. He's doing great. He's going to be the next Kevin Durant. That thing turned into trash because he didn't have a role. He couldn't fit into a role. Tom Thibodeau takes these young players, hey, give me X, Y, and Z. You get more minutes. And you know what other coaches do that? Popovich. You know how Kawhi Leonard got to where Kawhi Leonard was? You know what Popovich said? Give me defense and rebounding. I'll let you shoot threes from the outside. I'll reward you with 3-point shots from the outside. Go read about it. That's how Kawhi Leonard developed on the Spurs. Every other coach sits down to young players who are underdeveloping or not following rules. Jaden Ivey, my son, on the Pistons, your man Monty Williams sat him down, benched him the same way. Because he wasn't following orders. He wasn't going with the game plan. But Tom Thibodeau's the only coach that does develop the young players. But it's weird how none of these young players don't really do much of anything else once they leave him. But go ahead. I'm over talking. Go ahead, my guy. Go ahead.
And then there are the other pieces of the trade. I don't know about Malachi Flynn, but Precious, another 4 guy. This is basically going to replace Taj because, let's face it, Taj is gassed at this point. And again, another means to limit damage control, right?
I mean, but hold on. Can I say something? Can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
I did.
Can you? I'm sorry. He can't hear you, Isaiah. Can you hear Isaiah? Isaiah, keep talking, bro.
Yeah. At the end of the day, right?
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him.
When it comes to these moves, man, it's more. I would take Precious over Taj any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get that Toronto needed this trade, but did we? I don't know.
Well, you're getting Precious, and then you got.
Can you hear him now, Mr. 28?
So that's about all I gotta say, Gmo. I'm gonna hop off.
All right, man.
Catch you later tonight.
I think you can hear these guys in the background. My bad. I gotta fix this myself again. I don't know what the.
But Gemo, from my thing,
Gemo, stop panicking.
No, I'm not panicking. It's this sound system is driving me crazy. I fix it before and then it resets. I don't know why it resets. I don't get it. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Good, bro.
Yeah, no. So when it comes to me, right, Precious, that to me was a great backup. And then when you have OG, look, at the end of the day, right? End of the day, and it's just gonna sound like I'm bashing RJ, but I'm not, and bashing Quickley. I want a Knicks fan to show me the game that Quickley didn't need a screen to create space. Show me the game where he didn't wait for a player to come give him a screen so that he can create space. I love Quickley. He's great. But again, he don't. Mark, thank you. He doesn't have a bag.
Listen, bro. Even from what you've seen as him being here, it's just his style of play. Sometimes he's gonna go in and out. But when he is on,
he's on. No.
It's just like this. It's just like this. I never looked at him as a starter. Period. So I look at him, and my feelings for him is totally different from how Knicks fans overvalue these players. So when I speak about even with Obi and Quickley as bench players, I thought they was what they are. They're going to have nights off, and they're going to have nights where they look good. So in the case of being a bench player, yes, that is your role. That's going to happen from time to time. And plus, they was the best bench team for the Knicks in the last 2 years. So they was doing something right. But the way Knicks fans are describing Quickley as this next guard level, no, I never thought of him as that. Yeah. So my outlook is totally different. So when I speak about Quickley, it's from a sentimental for what I view him as, which his role he was perfect for.
Yeah, Mark, I agree with you. I think,
but I knew the money. I knew the money was gonna get in the way because I still wouldn't pay him $100 million to come off the bench. No way in hell. So I knew he had to go, but it is what it is. I gotta get my heart out of it. It's gonna take me a couple of days, and I'll be back. You'll see me again.
All right, let me get to Ethan. Ethan, go ahead, man. Give me your assessment of the trade, bro. You haven't said anything. Go ahead.
So my thing is, I'm higher on Quickley than most, right? He should have been gotten a way more PT, like especially over the past 2 weeks. His PT should have been around 30 per game, not 24, wherever the hell he was at. That was absolutely dreadful, especially when RJ was sticking up the place. But my thing is that I know IQ's about to go to Toronto and be 19, 6, and 5 for the rest of his career. I just know it. I know it, and it's gonna be good D, and it's gonna be 40% from 3 and 60% from true shooting range, and it's fine. It's just like I don't know what we're getting back from OG because he doesn't push the paper enough for me. Like he's not doing anything enough for me. Like I like Achiuwa, I like that we don't have to play Taj anymore, but bro, RJ and Quickley for something that doesn't push the paper enough for me it doesn't satisfy me enough.
Express yourself, Ethan.
Not even just that. It's just like we played Toronto 3 weeks ago. OG had the quietest 29 points I've ever seen in my entire life. Like he doesn't make any I get the consistency and I get all the things that he brings to the offense. And yes, the stability is going to be way more better, and it's going to bring for Devo to finally be able to play the passing lane. So his steals will be up. And the defense as a whole will be better, and the offense as a whole will be better. But what is it bringing to us? Because again, I don't see how it makes us better than Boston, Milwaukee, or even Philly. And not even that. Like if you put OG in the game yesterday instead of IQ and RJ, are we winning that game?
Yeah, I can see you win that game.
I could see us winning that game, but I don't
I could see you win that game because again, we didn't even get killed from the outside. We got killed in the paint. How many times we got bullied? We got bullied in the paint, bro. OG Anunoby as an individual ISO defender is better than RJ.
Yeah, I'd be a lot more higher on this trade if we still had Mitch.
And we shot terribly from 3 as well too yesterday. We shot under 100.
Yeah, when the Knicks don't make threes, we don't win.
So OG Anunoby, again, I don't think he has. When I look at RJ and IQ, just combine those two together in terms of upside. Now, let me separate IQs. IQ is a little bit different because he actually can play off the ball. You get a lot more. You get more consistent shooting from the outside. So that takes also a lot of pressure from Brunson. Damn, Mark, do you let anybody? Go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
Go, Mark. No, go.
That is a potential 40 points a game from just those two alone from RJ and Quickley on any given night. For 15 point per score, that is not that don't score like the way you think he scores. He doesn't score like coming off, put the ball in his hand and come down. No, he doesn't score like that.
I don't think people keep saying it's about star power. Yeah, I can't look at it.
No,
that
it's
way,
not.
right?
No, it's not.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. Not you.
You have to replace 19 points.
My thing is that this move seemed like such a win now move for the end season thing, and I don't see us doing any damage in the East without Mitch.
Well, I don't think that. I agree with you with that. I think Mitchell Robinson was the foundation for.
He was the foundation.
Our offense too, because our offensive rating was only high because of the offensive rebounding.
Our offensive rate, our offense was based on us being the best offensive rebounding team in the league.
Right.
I don't see us winning anything without Mitch this year, which is why I see this move as a little one side.
But you still have to make moves regardless of whether Mitch is healthy or not. I
understand that, right? I completely understand that. But what is this move doing? I want Deuce. Malachi Flynn better not touch the floor.
Where's he getting minutes?
I need Deuce to get some minutes, and I need at least Grimes to get some minutes, and more Grimes got to show me something.
Okay, but stay on that. Grimes has to show y'all something because someone said, "What did Tom Thibodeau do to develop Grimes?" Grimes got the ball and he didn't do jack-ish with it. Let's stop putting the blame on anybody else but Quentin Grimes. When Quentin Grimes gets the ball, he looks like a crackhead. He plays way faster than the flow dictates or needs at the time.
My thing is that the thing that I liked about him most his rookie year and his second year is that I saw patience in his game that I didn't see at Houston.
He was confident. That's it. He was confident. But
the first step was hitting. He doesn't have it.
So what do people? Not you, Ethan. What do people want Tom Thibodeau do for Grimes? When Grimes gets into the game, he gets the ball, he's missing shots, open catch and shoots. Again, he's more of a rhythm player because it's more of his guarded catch and shoots than his unguarded catch and shoots. No one likes to talk about that. He's not this knockdown hitter like, oh, yo, if I give it to Ray Allen in the corner, bro, that's going to be the same thing like Grimes. No, Grimes is not that. So Grimes has to find himself to become a cold sniper that I can come in cold and I can give you 3 for 5 from the corner in clutch situations. That's on Grimes. When Grimes gets the ball, he doesn't call for screens. He's dribbling. I've seen games this season when Grimes is starting, they dump the ball off to Grimes and allow Grimes to work all by himself on one side. He gives it right back to Randall Brunson. I don't know what do y'all want? Let me get to this score. 803 man. Salute. Who's this?
This is Nick G, man.
Oh, Lord, not this guy. Why can't you just join the freaking panel? Why do you have to call?
I was trying to get a link. Do
you want a link?
And
do you want a link?
And you keep saying I gotta pay like super chats and stuff to get in. So I'm just do it right here.
Give him the link.
I'm gonna send you the link now. Actually, I'm supposed to be at a surprise birthday party for my cousin at 2. I'm here because of this stupid trade. I'm late as hell.
Surprise.
Yeah, he already got surprised now, so I came in. I'm pretty sure. Look at me and be like, you piece of ish.
Yo, Nick, hurry up and get on, man. So
yeah, I'm gonna be out here for like another 20 minutes, bro. I do have to go, but I had to cover this. So Nick, you gonna join the? You gonna join the panel?
The funny thing is, Gmo knew his son was leaving. Gmo knew his son was.
I'm just gonna give my take right now, and I can hear the chat. I don't know what was happening with everybody else. Maybe you fixed it.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure because I was actually playing around with the sound, and then Mets228 said he couldn't hear. Hold up, I gotta take a picture of this just to make sure that this thing reset.
Because it's working. I'm hearing everybody.
All right, cool. Hold up, let me take.
Gamo got the All-Star roster.
Yo, I'll tell you this right now. RJ already knew the writing was on the wall. They showed a picture of him in the game, him just staring into space. He knew he was out of here, bro.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that was a whole migraine thing when they're like, look, you may be feeling some knee pain right now. We don't need you to mess up the trade, so just pace yourself. We'll say it's a migraine, and then you just sit out some games because it made no sense. I've never seen a person with a migraine go to a stadium with a bunch of sound and lights. But go ahead, Nick. Nick has to go. Mark, you mother. Go ahead, Nick.
I thought you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be long. But this is the big thing that a lot of people and that weird thing that guy was saying in that call. Like Tom Thibodeau has developed way more players than he would give him credit for. Guards too. Ricky Rubio had his best career year under Tom Thibodeau. You have not just what's his name, Luol Deng, who took it to another level defensively when Tom Thibodeau came in. He was inspired. You can sit here and decipher the IQ thing the second year when IQ got benched got passed over for Alec Burke. You could look at that as IQ became inspired by what Alec Burke had to do because Alec Burke did improve our defense. Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay,
you hear me?
I can hear you. I was going to say, by the way, he also got Luol Deng paid, but go ahead. Because remember,
yeah, he did.
Bulls didn't want to pay Luol Deng. He got him paid. That's a leader of men, by the way, shotgunner. You would think a coach that goes out of his way to get his player paid, who's also older but got him paid. You think he's a leader of men. Go ahead, Nick. I'll cut you off.
But sometimes these players need tough love to actually, because IQ got passed over for Alec Burke. And while everyone don't like what Alec Burke did offensively for the team as a starter, he did improve us from the 25th to 26th defense to the 11th defense by the end of the year. He did improve us, and he was way better than Kimba. And IQ still got almost as many minutes as Alec Burke playing offense, like coming in and replacing him. We improved as a team. But either way, goodbye IQ. I wish we could have kept him. Goodbye RJ. I actually wish we could have paired RJ and OG together and give up Grimes instead. That would have been my take, but the money would have been, and that's my boy. I would have preferred that kind of size. But look, I think this is a problem for Toronto. Just to be a record, because RJ is so inconsistent, and sometimes what he wants to do is exactly what Scotty Barnes is going to want to do. So So that's going to be tough. And they don't have well, IQ is going to be the lead guard, I guess. So we'll see. For us, even though you're losing the 20 points per game from RJ, you're losing the leadership from IQ off the bench, or what he could do off the bench. There's a big problem when you start breaking down things and looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, RJ wants the ball in his hands, and he's not efficient. He's bottom of the league in finishing at the rim. Our offense is built around getting to the rim and spacing out. RJ is at the bottom of the league at passing out of plays at the rim. So the things that he does well, getting to the rim, he's bad at the end aspect of that play, which is finishing and then also passing. Is OG this big drive and kick guy? No, he's not that. But he can finish. And he is a defensive wizard compared to RJ, because RJ's defense had fell off. It's better this year. I'm not knocking that. I think RJ's a good player, but we'll see. This is still a we'll see thing. I still think that, someone was right. I think it was Isaiah. I do think if you go after Donovan, it should be now, and just go big. And especially if you have the chance of getting Mitch back at the end of the season, because they are testing the waters to see if they could get a replacement for Mitch with the $7.8 million, but that's not approved yet. If that's approved, Mitch is out for the season. If it isn't approved, you could expect Mitch back by the playoffs, and then you might look for a second trade, which is Donovan Mitchell. That's huge for us.
I'm sorry, guys. Somebody was blocking somebody in the chat. Please don't block nobody in the chat, man. If you're having basketball conversations, bro, stop. Moderators, don't do that. I will take your wrench away. It's not for y'all to abuse it. It's for y'all to stop the spammers and that stuff, bro. If someone's making a basketball opinion that you don't agree with, Alex C has ished on RJ Barrett for I don't know how many days, bro. I don't. That's my son, but it's a basketball opinion. He's having fun with it. Let him go, bro. Please don't do that. I want different opinions on this channel. I want people to attack me, attack my points. Please don't block nobody. Don't do that, please. I apologize.
Yeah, what y'all think I do? I attack on.
No, it's all good. The only point of yours that I ever attack and will continue to attack is the fact that you.
I'm waiting. I'm literally waiting.
No. It's actually about you singing. I think you think you're a good singer. I really hate the fact that you think that you're a good singer. I wish you would stop, please.
I'm depressed today, bro. I can't even. But look, I get what the front office is doing, man.
I sound more depressed than you.
People gotta look at this as complimentary play that gets the best.
Yeah, it's complimentary players. Yeah,
that's all it is. Now, Dejounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell.
Hold on. Can I say this real quick about Dejounte?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just one more thing, and I'm gonna get off after this statement too about that caller. Let me just chime in with this. And shout out to Ethan, by the way. That caller was actually mixing up a lot of things. He said that when Kyrie KD had a chance, they didn't choose this coach. Tom Thibodeau wasn't here until after Kyrie KD signed with the Knicks. That's preposterous. And he was like mixing up timelines. And then he's like picking and choosing things like with Rick Carlisle and stuff. There's a lot of stuff where the Heat, when it comes to Eric Spoelstra, he didn't talk about the pump and dump stuff that Eric Spoelstra does. He builds up players just for trading them, meaning that he'll run plays that players actually do in high school so they're comfortable. And then as soon as, like Kendrick Nunn was one of them, Woj and a lot of people were saying, Bobby Marks was saying, do not fall for Kendrick Nunn, because they believe that what the Heat were doing was building him up just to trade him for a very high value at a second-round pick or undrafted player or something like that. And they do that sometimes. So it's kind of hard to judge the Heat as if, oh, man, they're this great franchise. When sometimes they do build guys up just to trade them. But I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to listen in and, shout out to the chat. Goodbye, RJ. I thank you for your service. Goodbye, Obi. I thank you for your service. You have served us well. Thank you, IQ. You have served us well. I actually think he's the best player in the whole deal. And I think we got the best complementary player for what we want to do, because this is more protection for Brunson and also Randall. And I actually think that if OG Anunoby, oh man, and you think about how Dante and his replacement Grimes, if they get it together defensively, those two, Dante and Grimes, and they defend well, especially around OG Anunoby, you may have a team that could actually protect Randall at center. So that may unlock something else.
Yep.
I'm just saying. But anyway, shout out to everybody. More love to everybody. Happy New Year. I probably won't be on for the rest of the year. Shout out to everybody except that whack motivation speaker. I don't know who that guy. Why you keep allowing him back on the show? He's unmotivating, et cetera, et cetera. All right, peace, people.
Peace, man. Peace. And he made another great point on OG's value defensively, because everybody was, I seen it on yesterday. Playing Randall at the 5. It looks beautiful, blah, blah. You need some protection over there at the 4. If you're going to play small ball 5 Randall, who's your small ball 4?
You can't play Randall at the 5 because he can't guard him.
Well, they played it yesterday, and it was working offensive, but you have to play a defense. You need more of a defensive presence. And OJ Anunoby, if you want to play that small ball 4, OJ Anunoby can fit that defensively.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, defensively, OG is better than RJ, but it's just a sentimental value here with the player. That's why, people are going off. But I just hope, let me be diplomatic here. I hope we stay. We are who we are at this moment without Mitchell Robinson, in my opinion. But I just hope that OG continues or even becomes better than RJ. Since he's more seasoned, he becomes more better. Gives us a better chance. Because basically that's what we got him for. Because they feel like RJ couldn't do it.
Let me get to Ethan. Guys, I'm going to wrap around 3:30, but I have to get to my cousins, bro.
It's up to
God
you,
they
bro.
haven't contacted me yet. They probably pissed. But, let me get to Ethan. Ethan, you want to say something real quick, man? I couldn't.
Yeah, are we so sure we want Dejounte Murray? Because, I get the whole offensive thing and all that, because he complements Brunson a lot better than Trey and Dejounte, and, I do think that it'll be a great fit offensively. But Dejounte Murray has not played defense in 2 years since being traded to the Hawks. He can't play off-ball defense. I watched the game against Sacramento the other night. Fox absolutely torched him, and Duarte was beating him backdoor almost every possession.
Yeah, there's that one on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it, where someone cut from the someone went from the wing to the corner. Dejounte Murray cut into the paint to try to get the pass, the outlet pass, and I forgot who hit the 3.
I think that was Fox.
That was Fox?
Yeah, it was Fox. He did a relocation
that was
Curry.
bad, bro. Oh my gosh, that was bad, man.
Are we sure we really want that?
And he can't shoot. I need somebody that can shoot at the 2 guards.
Well, he's not a good catch and shoot guy. He can shoot off the dribble in the mid range, but there's a lot of jankiness to his fit with Brunson. So I don't disagree, man. It's gonna be.
I don't like that fit at all. I liked Quickley next to Brunson a lot better than I like Murray next to Brunson.
Yeah.
I don't see the whole Dejounte thing, and the whole Mitchell thing is just are we really circling back on this? Are we really circling back on this?
They're making him Ian Begley. And hold on, let me play this by Ian Begley real quick, because Ian Begley was it's about 4 minutes.
The Knicks and Raptors had a conversation earlier this month when New York was in Toronto about an OG Anunoby deal. Toronto,
watch your mouth about my son.
Was down in the G League showcase in Orlando. Talked to a few other teams about an Anunoby trade, and then came back to New York. And on Saturday, this deal was consummated. Knicks obtaining OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa and Malachi Flynn in exchange for Immanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and a future
and Mark, stop talking about my son.
Hold on.
Cut it out, bro. I will come and find you.
Let me try to see if I get it on here. If I get it on StreamYard, then y'all can hear it as well too. Hold up, give me 2 seconds, share screen. I'm sharing the Ian Bagley screen. Share this. All right, that actually does work. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with StreamYard, y'all. So let me see if this works. All right, so let me play the Ian Begley thing now. Let me know if y'all can hear it in the StreamYard.
The Knicks and Raptors had a conversation earlier this month when New York was in Toronto about an OG Anunoby deal. Toronto then was down in the G League showcase in Orlando, talked to a few other teams about an Anunoby trade, and then came back to New York. And on Saturday, this deal was consummated. Knicks obtaining OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa and Malachi Flynn in exchange for Immanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and a future second-round pick, a valuable one that's coming from Detroit in this upcoming draft, sources confirm. So now with RJ Barrett going out, Immanuel Quickley going out, I'm told that the Knicks feel like there's a bit of a consolidation on their talent, They also feel like they have a little bit more financial flexibility in free agency this summer and in trades because they shed a little bit of salary, so that leaves them further from that apron that they're hard capped at. And obviously they love the idea of adding OG Anunoby, very good defender, shot, I believe, around 40% from three from the corner, 7'2" wingspan, versatile, can guard at least 1 through 4, so gives them a fantastic defender to go into that starting lineup. And also, when you look at RJ Barrett specifically, maybe it gives Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle a little bit more room. As RJ Barrett, I thought he filled in that third role between those three players really well. But OG Anunoby maybe needing the ball in his hands a little bit less. And on RJ Barrett, Knicks drafting him number 3 overall in 2019. I'm told that he loves New York, and he loved the idea of remaining in New York. So I'm sure it's a little bittersweet for him. But if he was going to get moved anywhere, I'm told that Toronto obviously is an ideal place because he's from there. It's his home city. He plays a big role for the Canadian national team in the Olympics. So I think I'm sure he's excited about going home while also not really wanting to leave New York. On Immanuel Quickley, obviously, Knicks did not agree with him on an extension prior to the deadline before the season. That always made it a little more likely that he was going to end up on another team. And I'm told that the Knicks, internally, there was concerns among some about their ability to re-sign quickly and also re-sign or sign to new contracts players who are currently on the roster. Finances were a bit of a concern there. So I think that played a part into why Quickley was moved. And then you look at Anunoby. Obviously, he's going to start. What does that do to the starting lineup? DiVincenzo coming off the bench, and Precious Achiuwa obviously gives the Knicks depth with their injury issues at the 5 spot. Malachi Flynn also obviously giving them depth in that second unit. But I wonder if Deuce McBride now creeps into the rotation, regular rotation with Immanuel Quickley now in Toronto. So a lot to dissect for the Knicks here, a lot of decisions to make for the Knicks here in the wake of this Anunoby trade. But one team that was not involved in the discussions felt like the Knicks probably should have given up more draft compensation. So they were surprised that Knicks didn't have to give up more draft compensation in that trade. Knicks obviously having a bevy of first-round picks, their own, and owning 4 additional first-round picks in the future to work with on different trades. I mean, I don't think they're done. I think this was maybe one of 2 bigger moves that are, I don't want to say in the plans, but I think general framework of how they're thinking. And so I don't think they're done. They still have assets to work with in terms of their draft picks, some other players. But today, it's OG Anunoby coming to New York, giving the Knicks a very strong defender and a strong perimeter shooter.
Gotcha. Thank you, Ian Begley. But yeah, just wanted to give some color on that. But guys, give me a final thoughts, man. I do have to head out, unfortunately. I apologize, but
go Knicks. Good night.
Oh, thank you, Mark. After all that talk, now it's just go Knicks. Have a good night. All right, man. Isaiah, final thoughts, bro.
Hey, great show today, Guillermo, man. Shout out to Mark, Ethan, Ace of Kings, all everybody that was on the show.
Love you guys.
Yeah, love you guys.
Thank
love
you,
you too,
guys.
Mark.
Appreciate you guys.
Nah, so what? I mean, Ian Begley pretty much, he's the funnel for the Knicks, and it was really about spacing and money moves. And again, this is just the first. This is the first half of what's probably going to be during the summer. like I said, I think it's going to be during the summer. You're going to see the next part of this phase of the second move, not during the trade deadline. So I think we're going to have a quiet trade deadline. I think we're probably going to move Fournier during the trade deadline. But other than that, nothing really crazy. Yeah, man. Look, I appreciate RJ for what he did, but again, one season out of 5, you shooting above 44%, just wasn't going to cut it. Quickly, I think he's going to be really good for the role he's going to get. But I do like the Knicks moves, and I think if the Knicks do a great on the second part of this, the move that they're doing, I think we got a real chance to be in that top 3 of people that can compete for a championship. So let's go Knicks.
Can I get to Ethan, man? Final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, y'all do all the good stuff. Hit the like, subscribe, all that. Yeah, my final take is just like I need to see the next move before I really make my final, like, before I can really say how I feel about the trade. I need to see what the next move is. Because I need to see who the next move is. Because if it's a Murray or if it's a Mitchell, then I just don't think that that works. Because with Mitchell, we just don't have the size. We just don't have the size, and I don't trust that at all. To be fair, that's just me. I don't trust it at all. I don't think that a Mitchell and Randall energy in the playoff time will do any good against Boston or Philly or especially Milwaukee, for that matter. But yeah, I need to see what the next move is. I'm kind of heartbroken about the whole IQ and RJ thing. They were the last 2 real Knicks draft picks besides Mitch that I really counted, because I expect Grimes to be gone sooner rather than later. But still hurt a little bit. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. I don't really know if everybody keeps saying bring Spider home, but how does Spider and Brunson work? Nobody ever wants to talk about this.
I don't know, bro.
Does getting Anunoby now, does that make Spider go back to his Louisville days and him playing the passing lanes? Can he be, if Spider can be a DiVincenzo defensively and play,
he ain't going back to them defensive days at Louisville, bro. Hell,
he's just offense.
Exactly. So he's not doing any of that, which is why I don't see it. I legit don't see it. And especially if you bring Mitchell here, I think that's a power struggle between him and Brunson, because both of them gonna think that they're the best player, in my opinion.
You know who the best player is.
Exactly, and I'm riding with that too.
Honestly, I can't.
I want more.
Mark, no more thoughts, bro. You said you didn't have any thoughts, so you gave up your time. Let Ethan finish. Lord,
I just want more complimentary pieces. I want some size. I want some length, and I want some shooting. That's literally it. That's all I want. I just want some size, length, and some shooting, and I want some youth.
I agree with you, Mark. Go ahead, bro. I'm joking with you. What were you gonna say to Ethan's point?
Just saying.
And I don't want to talk. You see, that's why I hate about some of these. They love to talk over people. When you give them time to talk, they don't got nothing to say.
This team is
hold on. Can I say this?
Go ahead, Ethan, because Mark don't know what you want to say now. He don't speak over you, but go ahead.
I saw a pick and roll yesterday with Taj Gibson, and Taj had a wide open lane to the rim, and he just couldn't get there fast enough. It was the funniest thing I've seen in my life. I was actually thinking about the Knicks should get Kai Jones, but I think Precious Achiuwa would actually be serviceable for now.
Right. Same man. I think he'd be fine at the backup 4 or 5 position.
The 6'9". But I just don't know, bro. I need some youth. I need something on this team.
It's gonna come in this draft. I already said, or I'm saying it right now.
I don't want anything from this draft.
Aaron Bradshaw is gonna be a Mitchell Robinson replacement in the future.
I don't want anything from this draft. I wanted something from last year's draft.
And Dunn, your man Dunn from Virginia. That's gonna be the Knicks' first round pick.
Guess what? He's gonna be a top 10 pick, and we ain't gonna get him.
I was gonna say to me the picks that we
I gotta leave. All right. Go ahead. I ain't gonna go nowhere. Go ahead, everybody. I let people talk. They done. Then they got. Go ahead, Isaiah. Y'all want me to celebrate my cousin? Go ahead, bro. That's what's up.
Now the picks that we're getting in the draft. That's why I'm hoping that I do agree with Ethan that we're gonna get some 3-and-D guys. But I only see that's it. Listen, everybody hit the like, subscribe. Listen, Gammo, we're done. I'm just doing one thing. Play that rock.
Yo, blame this all on Isaiah, Cuzzo. Ben, this is all on him. I try to come and surprise you. They did the RJ Barrett thing. I was only supposed to be here for like 30 minutes. I'm blaming Isaiah and I'm blaming Mark. So please forgive me for that. I'm going to see you in about...
Yeah, because we get scapegoat.
Blame the Knicks. I woke up to this. This was like the worst thing to wake up to.
This is I was in the gym, son. I was like, this is a fake tweet. I saw people put,
play the rock. Play that rock.
So, all right, yo, guys. Peace to God bless us. I can't go in tonight, man. So I'll be seeing y'all in the New Year's, man. Happy New Year's.
We're going to get smacked by the Pacers tonight.
Probably gonna get smacked. It should be interesting, though, with people not there. But, guys, I appreciate you guys being on, man. Mark, Darcy, Ethan, Isaiah, Nick G, who called in, man. Shotgunner, Mess 2 and 2-8, man. I appreciate all y'all clocking in. If I miss y'all in the chat, man, I apologize. But I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace to God bless. And on that note, hit that rock. We out. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace out.